take the wrong and you make it right. Like a firefly, you're glowing at night. So don't make it hard, so let me go. I wanna hold you tight when you're cold. I'm waiting for your love, you just keep me hanging on. I deserve to stay, and I will find my way. I will find my way.
All right, guys, welcome. This is Best Bet Live, and this is a summer warm-up main event final table. I'm going to introduce our commentators for tonight. It is Eddie Marskoski and also Kelly Slay. What's up, guys? You're muted. There you go.
Hi, Johnny.
There we go. We're on, guys.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so, this is a 570 buy-in. Final table now. We'll have Gus introduce the players. And then after that, we'll start talking poker.
All right, guys, so 9 players left. Each player is guaranteed $5,950. First place for tonight, $68,443.
68K up top for first.
All right, everybody. Welcome
9
to the
players
final
left.
table of the 570 buy-in main event of the Best Bet Summer Warm-Up. Here is the final 9 players sitting at the table here. Going from left to right here, starting in seat number 1 from Charlotte, North Carolina, with a stack of $1 million, John Papas.
Or Charleston, South Carolina.
In seat number 2. All right, from seat number 2, from Tallahassee, Florida, with a stack of $1.325 million, Andrew T-Dog Gerard. In seat number 3, from Orlando, Florida, with a stack of $740,000, Jeremy Boston. In seat number 4, with a chip count of $1.6 million, and from Jacksonville, Florida, John O'Neill. In seat number 5, from Charleston, South Carolina, with a stack of $2.69 million, Jonathan Strange. In seat number 6, from Tallahassee, Florida, our chip leader here with a chip count of $3.565 million, Ryan Dunn. And seat number 7, from Jacksonville, Florida, with a chip count of $1.09 million, Carlos Pereira. And in seat number 8, also from Jacksonville, Florida, with a chip count of $1.6 million, Mike DePasquale. And rounding it out here in seat number 9, also from Jacksonville, Florida, with a chip count of $1.055 million. He's a well-known guy, David Jackson. All right, you guys, we are going to resume here. The button is starting in seat number 7. We're going to continue this level with about 33 minutes left. 30 and 60 and 60 on the blinds and antes. We are ready to go. Shuffle up and deal.
Good luck to everybody.
All right, you heard it right there. Ryan Dunn, our chip leader, 24% of the chips in play. Ryan Dunn, a pretty well-known circuit grinder, pro.
Yeah, 2015 WPT final tableist.
That's right. Lots of scores under his belt. He's going to be one of the best contenders to take this one home. But we do see some other great players. This is going to be a great final table to watch. We've got some really good players, some local good players, some guys from out of town coming and making our final table.
I was just thinking that we got some of our best local players against some of the people that came into town. Let's see what they can do.
Exactly. Some of our best locals against some of the best out-of-towners. Georgia Tech Jack, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Saw you, min cash? Nice min cash. Barbecue Tony, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining the stream. All right, looks like we got some action firsthand here. Ryan Dunn opens the king queen off to 140K. Blinds are 30K, 60K. That's 30,000, 60,000. Ryan opens to 140,000. Now David on the short stack with ace queen suited in the big blind. I think he's just going to pile this one in on the chip leader. Yeah.
I was just thinking there's going to be a small 3-bet or a stuff. There's your answer.
Yeah, he wants to jam it in. Ryan can actually call him with worse hands here. So David wants to get max value if there's a situation where Ryan has like ace jack suited, something like that. I don't think Ryan's going to make the call with king queen off.
No, too easily dominated.
Yeah. Lisa Buck, Nick Gwynn, thanks for joining the stream. And Ryan makes the good fold. David off to a nice start. I just talked to David right before they started playing, and he had lost, like he said, 3 or 4 runouts in a row where he had the best hand.
That's not like David.
Yeah, it's like they're not David, so good to see him pick up a pot here right at the first going.
All right, guys, some stats for you all. So we had a total of 595 players for our Summer Warm-Up Series main event with a total prize pool of $297,500, paying 60 spots. And again, everybody's guaranteed $5,950 with a top payout of $68,443.
595 players, great turnout.
Eddie, I'm already getting heckled in the screen in the chat because my wife cashed and I didn't. Look at that. Who is
I
that?
saw you cashed. Oh, wait, that wasn't you. Oh, burn.
My wife finished 25th, for those of you that care.
Yep, female, the much better Kelly Slay, did much better in the tournament.
Clearly.
160, 6-4.
Looks like Jonathan's going to open the ace deuce suited here from the hijack. Sitting on over 2.5 million. Seems like a pretty standard open spot. Going to get Mike to fold ace-6 on the button.
Looks like it might get through. Whoop. Scratch that.
Yep, Hunter in the big blind, king jack offsuit. He's going to see a flop. Hunter pretty short, can't be too speculative here. And he whiffs this flop. Jonathan's going to check back the ace deuce. And it's because he knew he was going to river or turn the straight. 5 on the turn. Gives Jonathan the best hand. Ooh, not good. Hunter reaching for chips. Uh-oh. Yeah, I understand what he's doing. His range, calling from the big blind, he can have some deuces and he can have a lot of 7s.
Yep.
And this up front raiser isn't supposed to have many of those at all. Unlucky for Hunter, he has a deuce, but Hunter's gonna jam bluff this river. Oh, on the 7. 7 of clubs. Both these guys have a 7 high straight. Jonathan's hand's now counterfeited. Hunter takes this opportunity to represent a flush or an 8 to goes all in for $555,000. I really like this play from Hunter.
Yeah. think it's going to work too.
Really the best shot to
Yep.
to win the hand here, and it works. Wow, great play from Hunter right out the gate.
Yeah, it was. He didn't know how bad a shape he was in.
Wow.
But he salvaged that hand. Very good play there.
Well done. All right, shaping up to be nice final table. Good players, good play. Guy's not afraid to go for it there. We've seen him risk his life. Very easily could have been up against a flush. But threw caution to the wind and it paid off.
Yeah, I think if I was going to play that hand, I might have just stuffed it. He ended up winning the max.
Definitely won the max. Okay, John. Ace king off. It's going to raise it up to 140K. Mark Manish, I see you in the Twitch chat. Thanks for joining the stream, buddy.
He had a good run, didn't he?
Looks like he got 16th, he says.
Yeah, I saw him there late.
Josh Atkins in the Facebook chat is asking for if we can see the payouts again. Can we do that, Johnny?
Absolutely.
I know it's 68K up top, Josh, and a little over 5K for 9th, or a little under 6K.
There you go.
There you have it. Second 40, third 25, fourth 16, fifth 11, about 12.
Really good
And so
turnout.
on.
Really good turnout this weekend.
Oh yeah, another great turnout. We knew it was going to be good. Last year's was really good.
Yeah, last year, defending champion Wendy Liu chopped up $55,000 last year.
And then this year we get 68. Great tournament. Best Bet always doing a great job. Getting lots of out-of-towners to come, getting all the regulars to show up. Some of us regulars account for a little more bullets than others.
I was going to say, some of us padded the guarantee.
Yeah. I equal about 5 regulars.
I had a couple in myself. Luckily, the wife bailed out the team.
That's right. That's right. The best Kelly Slay. You can never be the best Kelly Slay.
Not a chance.
All right, fold it to David in the cutoff here with deuce 4 of diamonds. That's
Wow.
good enough to open it up.
It is for David.
Going to raise it to 140.
Don't try this at home.
Well, he's got a couple of short stacks in the blinds. You see David is clearly going after the players that can do the least amount of damage to him. King Jack for Jeremy in the big blind. Sitting on less than 10 bigs. Already in for 60. He's going to call the 75 more, similar to the ace deuce hand where Hunter called with King Jack. Ace 3-4. Monster flop for David. Nothing for Jeremy. This looks like it's going to be a C bet. Take it down.
Probably a small one, about a third of the pot maybe.
He's going a little bigger. 230 it looks like. I think David's okay with just ending the hand.
260, yeah.
260. Just ending the hand right here. We know he's going to call off a jam with the flush and straight draw, but plan A is to go ahead and take a pot down with 4 high.
Yeah, you're right. He's never folding.
Right. So plan A works out. Mary Darnell, thanks for joining. Kristen Budrick, my fiance, thanks for joining, babe.
Let's get that viewership up.
That's right, guys. Thanks for the likes, follows, and the shares on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Best Bet Live is coming to its own going into the new year.
Yeah, let's grow it. Let's get it big.
Jonathan, ace king.
Dan Casenza in the Twitch chat says Kelly over Kelly.
I'm going to take a beating tonight for sure. I deserve it. I really didn't play well this week.
You've earned it. All right, Jonathan from under the gun. He's going to open a little larger than we've seen. 225,000. Ace king offsuit. A little larger than the standard sizing we've seen at these final tables. And now Jeremy, the short stack, with king, queen off in the small blind, is going to make the good disciplined fold.
Yeah, it was.
Jonathan's under the gun range. Over 3xing it under the gun. Range way ahead of king, queen off. Jeremy finds the good fold. Save those chips.
Yeah, I like to be first when I'm the shortest. And as you know, I have a lot of practice being the shortest.
Oh, yeah, ninja.
Clayton Ball, the answer to your question, we used to have the players mic'd up, but sometimes it didn't work all that well. But also, during the cash games, the table talk's excellent. However, most of the time on these final tables, there's not a lot of table talk. It's very serious poker during these final tables.
Yeah, these guys are playing for a lot of money, and you don't get here every day, so they're taking it as serious as they can.
Yeah, some of these guys have some pretty big scores under their belt, but some of the other ones don't. So this will be the biggest win of lots of these players' careers. So.
That's right. I heard Andrew Gerard, one of our short stacks now, I overheard him a little while ago talking before the final table. He said if he were to win this would be life-changing money. So,
yeah,
I mean,
real money.
68K
It's real money.
can go a long way. Some of these guys, like David Jackson, that'll be about the 15th or 16th largest score of his career.
Yeah, I think David by far the most accomplished player here tonight.
David opens the ace-king, gets it through.
All right, guys, here's some stats for you all. Ryan Dunn on Hendon Mob, total live earnings, $510,868. Best live cash, $140,000. That $140,000 was at the Lucky Hearts Poker Open.
I thought about not even saying anything.
And for our Best Bet Bounty Scramble in 2015, he took 5th place in the World Poker Tour main event for $90,000.
90, very nice. Several big scores for Ryan Dunn, several for David. John O'Neill, I believe, has a couple bigger scores.
David Jackson, total live earnings $1.9 million. Best live cash was this year for $304,929.
That's right.
Is that Borgata?
That was Borgata.
That was Borgata.
Yep. Beat Shannon Shore heads up. Shannon started with a 10-1 chip lead.
Wow.
David came all the way back, beat him heads up. 300K, biggest score of his career. Closing in on $2 million in earnings. So Johnny, will this put him at $2 million?
This would definitely put him at $2 million.
Oh, this will put him up over $2 million. This could be a historic day if David Jackson can find a way to pull off the trophy here.
Could be.
Folded to Jeremy in the cutoff. Ace queen offsuit, 515,000. That's great hand. He's going to jam all in. John with the ace nine offsuit.
Yeah, it's a tough spot for John.
Yeah, this is tough. Should be ahead of Jeremy's shoving range. Yeah, he is going to make the call. Can't really blame him here.
No.
Jeremy should be shoving all Broadway hands. I mean, he has 6 big blinds.
And a lot of the worst aces are certainly going in, you would think.
Oh yeah, any suited ace, definitely the ace 8, 7. So we got ace queen against ace 9. Ace queen at risk.
Uh-oh. Back door. Almost.
And Jeremy's going to double up. Ace queen's going to take it.
All right. Patience pays.
That's
Couple
right.
hands he got away from that I may not have.
That's right. Oh, don't sell yourself short. You're the nittiest nit. Of course you would have folded.
Don't blow my cover.
Jeremy gets the reward after folding the king queen. A hand to go. Now John chopped down to about $1 million.
Yeah, he was on about 30 big blinds, wasn't he? Coming into the final table? Maybe about $1 million? No, he was at $1.6 million.
Yeah, he had 1.6. He just called off about 6, so he's down to about $1 million.
Million now, yeah. We're
at 60K big.
Yeah, so it was almost 30.
Yeah, a little less than 30 bigs coming in.
Right.
Dickie Malone in the Facebook chat says, "What's up, guys? What's up, buddy? Thanks for joining." Paul Linfield. Is this on YouTube? Isn't it on YouTube as well?
It is, and I just posted the link here on Facebook.
There you go.
And I'll post the link here on YouTube. We do have our channel back. And if you want to search for us on YouTube, just search Best Bet Live, all one word.
Nice. Well done, Johnny.
Johnny's always on his game, isn't he?
I know that was a bit of a hassle. Oh, there's no secret why Best Bet's doing well. Tournament director Johnny Pham.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Johnny, fantastic.
WPT champion Paul Petralia in the chat. Celebrity warning. Thanks for joining the stream, Paul.
Saw Paul take his swings this weekend.
Oh yeah, he was in there battling with us.
Yeah, Paul's a very good player. Obviously with his win, but wasn't just lucky. He's a very good player.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mick Robalato, welcome to the chat, buddy.
And Paul is coming back as a bounty this year for our World Poker Tour main event. Bust Paul out. You'll receive $2,500 in our Best Bet Bounty Scramble main event.
Oh, I would love to collect that 25. I don't know if I've ever busted Paul out of a tournament. Might need to try to make that happen. Matt Zimmerman listening on the ride. Take us home, Eddie. Matt Zimmerman and Vinny Caruso taking the ride, just leaving Best Bet, spending all weekend here, playing all the tournaments just as we did. Tournaments in cash, riding home to South Carolina right now, listening to the sweet sounds of my voice.
You do have a good voice, Eddie. You found your calling.
I'll take it. I like it. I enjoy it.
And thanks for having me in. This is going to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
I'll try not to weigh you down too much.
Oh, I'm glad to have you.
It does get lonely in there,
Oh,
probably.
man. I'm just talking to a TV most of the time, just myself. Could develop a complex.
I'll be your Vince Van Patten.
Turn 3, diamond. All right, ace-9 off. Folded to John here in the hijack. See, is this going to be an open?
Yep. Probably just over 2x, 2.2x probably.
Yeah, I like a small open here because your hand not quite good enough to rip this many bigs in, but good enough to open.
Just getting ready to see the bad news.
Like Ryan on the button, waking up with 2 10s. He's our chip leader with over 3 million.
Yeah.
He's going to jam it in. Carlos with ace queen. He thought he was going to be able to jam it in.
Right.
Carlos is. He's going to think about it here.
Yeah.
Carlos has 1.1 million. But he also knows if he folds and just gets out of the way, maybe John will call and he could ladder up. Still with a shot to continue.
This is really a tough spot for ace queen offsuit, third in the pot.
Well, I just don't think, I don't think Ryan's doing it with anything that Carlos is really beating. At best here, Ryan has hands like 10s and jacks, but at worst, Ryan has ace king.
Yeah, I think that's a
Queens.
very disciplined fold right there.
Yep, good fold for Carlos. And it's going to get folded all the way back to John. He's going to make the easy fold.
Yep.
Actually, well done for John there not to go broke. Some guys just pile in that million and run into the 10s. John's able to open raise and then get away from a bad situation.
You know, I've seen John over the years be very disciplined on a short stack. I'm impressed with his play, especially when he's short. He's very tough when he has a lot of chips, but he's tough to get out of there.
Yeah, he's tough, short, tough when he's stacked up. Just really good local regular here.
I think he cashed a couple times in the main event recently too, hasn't he? I think he's done well out in Vegas.
I'm not sure. I haven't heard him cash. I haven't heard him cash in the
I
main.
thought he cashed.
I know he was out there and he played this year. I don't think he cashed.
Maybe it was last year.
Andrew, the short stack, is going to let go of the 10 jack of diamonds. John, short stack with 2 6s now. This could be a different scenario.
Yep.
He lost the opening raise. Ooh, he's gonna let the 6s go.
There's a good example of what we're talking about. A lot of people pile 6s right there, myself included.
Oh yeah, lots of people just jam them 6s. He would have ran into the ace queen of Ryan we see as well.
Maybe we found out why I only make it at the couple hands at the final table, Eddie.
You see that? You gotta fold some hands.
Oh. I'll keep studying.
Jonathan opens the 8-6 suited, getting a little frisky. Ryan, ace queen off, chip lead. It's going to 3-bet. This puts a lot of pressure. Now Jonathan has chips, but he doesn't have as many chips as Ryan. Ryan knows that. Ryan knows that Jonathan doesn't want to play with him. He's about the only guy he doesn't want to play pots with. Really putting the pressure on in these situations. David going to fold the 5-7 in the big. And Jonathan, 210,000 more to call if he wants to see a flop with 8-6. He's got the chips to speculate, and he will.
Wow.
Loose call pre-flop here. We got the 8-6 of clubs against the ace queen off.
Yeah, out of position against the guy that can bust you.
Could see some fireworks. 2 of the chip leaders going at it.
Yeah. That'll just about do it for the 8-6 of clubs.
Ace king 3. This flop is one good for Ryan's actual hand and good for his perceived range. Jonathan checks. Ryan's going to check it back.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Yeah, hoping maybe Jonathan will take a stab.
Looks like it's going to work.
Jonathan hoping maybe Ryan has queens or jacks, and we'll just fold and lay this hand down. We know Ryan with ace queen isn't going anywhere. He's just going to call and lay the trap, continue. See if Jonathan will bluff the river as well.
Yeah, Ryan's really played this hand like he had a king, and checked back some showdown value. Laid a nice trap.
Yeah, I think we're just going to see a flat. There's really no reason to raise. He doesn't want to be jammed on. He wants to keeps the guy's bluffs in. If somehow Jonathan were to go crazy and bluff the river after getting called.
Yeah, I think this is a one stab and done.
I don't know, like 4 of hearts could.
Looked like
4 of hearts could get me to pile. 7 of spades not going to be the one.
Wow. Wonder what happens if it comes the other way. 7-5 ace. Then we have a pot.
Yeah, we need one more card here. Jonathan's going to give up with his 8 high. Ryan's going to think about it and try to put a little value piece, try to get an ace 9, ace 10 to call.
What do you think here? Do you think he's going to go big or small on the value bet?
I think we should go small. I think we should go like 800. Try to get value from the other aces. It's around that range. 725, 750. Yeah, 750.
Yep. Nice sizing.
Good sizing, yeah. This if he does have a hand like ace jack, ace 10, it's going to be really tough to make the fold at this price. So you can always get a little extra chips. And if somehow he check raises the river,
yeah.
If somehow he played some kind of weird set, you get away a little cheaper too.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Again, thanks for joining us here on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. This is the final table of our Best Bet Summer Warm-Up Series main event. $570 buy-in, 200K guarantee. We get that prize pool up to 297K.
Mark in the Twitch chat says he dusted off 90K with 8-6 suited. Yeah, I think that was a little ambitious raise pre-flop. I don't hate it. I don't love it. But after getting re-raised by the chip leader, you might just want to let it go.
Yeah, out of position. I'm a fan of letting that one go. But these boys are here to play.
That's right. I mean, they didn't get here by folding, checking. Old Gamer Geek Dad says, ouch. Adam Cody, thanks for joining, buddy. James McDonald, welcome to the chat. Bob. Vinny and the Ponytail Boys.
All right, guys, I just dropped our Best Bet live stream schedule for the month of September. Lots of cash games. So again, guys, if you want to play in any one of our live stream cash games, you see a date that you'd like to play in, go ahead and email me at johnnyp@bestbetjacks.com, and I'll lock you up a seat. All right, guys, current payouts.
Ninth, $5,950. All the way up the first, $68,443. This was a $570 buy-in tournament.
Here's John.
Over 500 players. Here we go. John's going to jam the king-queen offsuit. Uh-oh. All right, John's going to jam 955,000. Carlos with 1.1 million in the hijack with ace-queen suited.
So what's that, 15 big blinds, 16 big blinds?
Did the blinds? I guess the blinds haven't went up. Are they still 60?
Currently still 30, 60.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty big ship for John.
Yeah, it is. Especially from
Actually
that
making a couple of what I thought were some pretty disciplined folds. Now he makes a rather wide ship with the king-queen off. Sees the bad news as Carlos reships his ace-queen suited. And John is going to need a king to stay alive here. Two clubs out there, some backdoor clubs. Three, now just a king and a king alone. And it is the jack. Carlos is going to eliminate John O'Neill in ninth place. John's going to take home $5,950. And adding another final table under his belt. He's no stranger to these Best Bet final tables. You've seen him before, and you'll see him again.
4 times.
Yeah, John played very well.
5 times.
It's one of those shoves we were talking about.
Every time.
Shove 15, I think the snap shove and all that will tell you that's a plus EV shove in the long run. But I've seen John milk his short stack a lot lower than that before he's put them in.
I agree.
think there's merit both ways. I don't think there's a right or a wrong, really. I think it's a plus EV shove. He just ran into a hand this time.
Yeah, he was behind every time.
So tough luck for John.
He was behind.
Yep, tough luck for John. We'll see him back. No doubt.
No doubt.
All right, guys, and just like that, 8 players left at this final table. Here are our chip counts.
So now Andrew on the short stack with $1,055,000, 17 big blinds. Yeah, that's pretty much what John just shoved. So John shoved 17 bigs, 9-handed, probably a little wide.
John probably sees the juicy cash game he wants to go jump into.
Well, he could be. Yeah, he could be losing equity, not playing in the good game. That's for sure.
Well, between John and George, I'm pretty sure they make final table money every other night.
All right, he's getting like 4th and 5th on a weekly basis up here. Gloria Jackson, welcome to the stream, ma'am. Zara, no doubt rooting on David Jackson here.
and a very good player in her own right.
That's right. Zara was actually on the last live stream. I think it was the ladies' cash game Thursday night. She told me she played, it was a 2-5 deep, and I think she was the big winner of all the women.
That's right.
I saw the lineup, talked to the ladies the next day. Everyone had a blast. So there was champagne and strawberries. A good time was had by all.
I heard about that. Good thing I kept my wife away from that.
Well, you may have this time, but I actually overheard her saying that, I didn't know wine and strawberry or champagne and strawberries were involved.
Exactly.
So I think they're going to have a Miss Kelly Slay at the next one.
They very well may.
There she is right there. Hey, Kelly Slay in the Twitch chat saying hello. Only watching poker because of the handsome commentators.
I think she's talking about you, Eddie.
No doubt, no doubt. That's why they got the picture not on there. Don't show them, guys. Just their voices are good enough. The best Kelly Slayer. That's right, Jack.
She played well this weekend. She had actually ended up finishing effectively 4th in the Ironman, and then 25th in this one. So she had a good week.
Oh, she showed us how it's done.
Didn't she?
Everything we bricked, she went ahead and decided to cash and run deep in with no solver work in the middle. Can you believe that?
She plays her own game, that's for sure. She does. She's not a math player. She's a field player.
Well,
Here's Mike with
she's
aces.
got great instincts.
Mike opening.
Mike's eating his soup, wakes up with 2 red aces.
Yep. Uh-oh.
Jeremy in the small blind, king, queen suited. Probably going to see a flop here. Oh, oopsie daisy.
There we go.
He's going to jam a little over $1 million.
Mike's been pretty snug. This may have been the first hand I've seen him play.
Mike's going to, with his soup in hand, just roll over the red aces.
Right, just the ones.
2 ones for Mike. Jeremy flops a king. He's going to need a queen or some running clubs, maybe some straight cards. Now a queen or a king.
Okay. And just like that, we're down to 7.
That's right. Mike just has him covered.
It was good playing with you.
7,500. 7,500 for 8th place here for Jeremy Boston. 7,437 to be exact.
That's a good score for Jeremy.
Yeah. Oh, that's yeah. Jeremy comes in with 20K in earnings. He's able to scoop out 7,500 here. That's definitely a nice payday.
Nice playing.
Shauna, welcome to the chat. Sister Shauna. Brian Arbaugh, welcome to the chat, buddy. John O'Neill just busted in 9th place for about 6,000, and then the very next hand, we see Jeremy busting with King Queen against Mike's aces. In 8th place for 7,500, 7 left. Every one of these guys guaranteed $8,900 right now. Yep.
I'm getting funny ideas.
Yeah, our 2 bust-out hands have been King Queen, John's King Queen offsuit, and Jeremy's King Queen clubs.
Yeah, I don't mind Jeremy's shove with the King Queen clubs. Mike was in a fairly late position, wasn't he, with his open? That's going to get through a lot. You got a lot of equity, except for when you run into the aces. It's just bad timing, but I think the play's fine.
Yeah, fairly standard. Eight-handed, late position open, King Queen suited. Seems to do pretty well in that spot. Pretty unfortunate that he's up against the 2 aces from Mike.
And again, that might be the first hand we've seen Mike play.
Yeah, I mean, that could play a role, although we don't know what we've seen these guys do off stream. You know, these guys have been playing for
hours.
Definitely all day today, and maybe even on day one. So
Yeah, that's a great point.
we know Mike's a local here in Jax. We know Mike's definitely not necessarily a nit. He's capable of opening with hands that are worse than 2 red aces. Maybe.
Yeah, a little wider maybe. It's a nice time to pick them up, though. I
Yeah,
can tell you
it's
that.
sweet.
Final table aces, nothing
You know,
sweeter.
order you some soup,
Yeah,
make a final table, get some soup, get the aces, get a guy with a king high to put it in.
right. Just double up, go back to the soup.
That's right. It's good soup. Hunter, 10 jack suited in the hijack. Looks like the blinds are 40 and 80,000 now. So Hunter's going to make the raise slightly over min to 165,000. Jemiah says payouts. Johnny, can you put those payouts in the Facebook chat? Actually, you could probably scroll up, Jemiah. They're probably in there.
One second, guys.
Carlos in the big blind, ace-5 of diamonds, a little over 2 million. Feels like a peel, unless he wants to turn this into a 3-betting situation.
Yep.
That's what he's doing here.
Yeah, I like this. The high, again, fairly late position open. Suited ace plays well. Blockers to the value range.
Yep, and it looks like it's going to get through.
Yep.
Well played. Taking the aggressive route, 3-betting the ace-5 suited. I like it, just for all the reasons Kelly mentioned. You know, when you have a hand like that, it actually plays well if somehow they do make the call. But having an ace blocker blocked them having the hands like ace-king, ace-queen, ace-ace that they always come along with.
Yeah,
So,
I actually like it much better with the ace-5 and the ace-4 than I do the ace-6 or ace-7 because we make those wheel straights also.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, here's some stats for you all. Current stat counts. Here's your VPIT voluntary put in pot. Ryan playing 40% of his
Our
hands.
chip leader playing the most hands makes sense.
Here's your PFR.
Andrew's 0%.
Yep.
David at 0% pre-flop aggression or aggression frequency. So far, that's going to change. We know that.
Yep.
So he's like, I gotta get
Carlos with the big double. Mike with the bust out.
$30. I'm like, man, I'm about to pass that up.
Jonathan came in with a lot of chips. He's down to 1.24 mil.
60?
Which hand did he get into?
Jonathan opens the king-5 of diamonds. He min raises to 160. Carlos, ace-8 of clubs. In the small blind's going to 3-bet again. I like it, Carlos.
Now they're getting a little shorter 7-handed. Time to pick up the aggression, and he's doing it.
Love it, love it. Really putting the pressure on. Knows nobody wants to bust 8th, especially with Andrew sitting on a shorter stack over there.
Or 7th, we're down to 7.
Again, you notice that Carlos had blockers to big hands. You know, so if you have an ace, it's 25% less likely that they have an ace because there's only 4 in the deck, and you got one of them. So he's taking those spots to 3-bet and get weaker hands to fold, whereas a lot of players may have seen a flop, missed, and just check folded and lost chips on the hand.
Yep.
He's gained a considerable amount in the last 2 hands, just 3-betting.
And he took that one with the ace-8 offsuit, which is a little wider than a lot of people will play, but it worked.
I like it.
Yep.
It's kind of like the reverse leveling because he had just 3-bet the hand before, so like there's no way he'd do it again right as a bluff right after the hand next hand. So you do it as a bluff because it looks like you wouldn't do it as a bluff.
See what Mike does here in the small blind with the ace-8 suited. Again, cut off open with the king-queen. So this is really a good spot to 3-bet. I think Mike just may peel this one.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about 3-betting this is it's against the chip leader. It's against the guy who can put the most pressure on you. and you being the second chip leader. This is why having chips and having the most chips is such a big advantage, because you really put pressure on everyone you play a pot against.
That's it.
Mike's going to call with the ace-8 suited and see a jack 7-6 2-spade flop. Mike checks the ace-high over to Ryan, who's going to c-bet. I like this c-bet. Get Mike to fold a lot of his ace-highs that bricked. Also, it's 2 overs and have lots of turn cards that give you Broadway draws or straight draws in general.
And you notice the sizing too, very small, really just designed to fold out Mike's air.
Yep. Yeah, you know you're not going to get a lot of pairs to fold here, but you can really put the screws to hands that miss the flop completely, which is a big part of the range.
Yeah, that's going to work there that time because Mike has the diamonds and no backdoor draws or flush draws. He's got the backdoor straight draw, obviously, but like you said, you don't want to take that hand up against the chip leader.
Yeah. Well, so cautiously played by Mike and well played by Ryan to go ahead and take one down with the worst hand. Chip stack coming in handy. Nobody wants to mess with the chip leader. He can bust you, and we know a guy like this isn't afraid to use those chips.
Yeah, it's a really good point. The other players tend to have it when they play back at you, which makes it easier for you to get away from it.
Yeah, absolutely. Michael Tran, welcome to the stream.
Wow, here we go.
Wow, chip leader waking up with 2 queens, living right. Now he should have 0 credibility here because he's opened 3 or 4 of the last 7, 8 hands.
He can't possibly have it again, can he? Oh,
right.
Yes.
You just think he's taking advantage of his big chip stack here.
Yeah, Mike with ace-10 on the button.
Uh-oh.
He may have had enough.
Mike, ace-10 offsuit on the button. $2.5 million to start this hand. Uh-oh. He's going to step in it here. He's going to try the old ace blocker raise. Not going to get through this time. Looks like he makes it 475. Folds back around to Ryan's 2 queens.
I think that's good sizing by Mike.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get away from it rather cheap here. And he'll still lose his 475, but does keep $2 million. Happy to see him not shove here. Thought that may have been an option for him. I've seen him do some things like that before.
Yeah, that'd have been too
Just
much to
when
shove.
when he thinks his hand's good, just pile it in. And
Yeah.
Ryan's going to go ahead and jam the queens.
All right. I think this is going to be a pretty easy fold for Mike.
Yeah, he's going to get some TV time in here. Show off that nice blue WSOP shirt.
I like to try, though. Like you said, the chip leader's open 3 hands in a row. You got ace-10 on the button.
Yep. Yeah, just pretty unfortunate. Ryan wakes up with a hand here. I think Ryan opens Jack 9 suited, Jack 10 offsuit, Queen Jack, Queen 10, all these hands as well, and then folds when Mike 3-bets the button. Unlucky that Ryan wakes up with the 2 queens.
Waters to the dealers.
I don't really think Mike can call it off here.
No.
Yeah, he's just going to think about it.
Just a little posturing. Wonder what Mike's call, the bottom of his call range was there. Ace-king?
Oh,
He
yeah.
puts ace-queen in the muck?
He definitely calls with ace-king.
No, I know he calls ace-king. Do you think he calls ace-queen is the question?
Yeah, I think it's the line hovers somewhere around ace-queen and ace-queen suited.
Yep, I agree. It does for me.
The stream plays great via Chromecast to HD TV, old gamer Geek Dad says. Only shows the video on TV, so he can't see the chat.
But he can chat on his phone, which is equally impressive.
Right. He's like us when we rebuy. He's several viewers because he's got a couple of them up.
Okay, here we go. Andrew piling the ace-10 out of the big blind. Quick call by Mike with his 7s.
All right, we're going to see a race here. Andrew at risk. Our short stack. Mike, this could cripple him.
Oh, 10 right.
10 right on the flop. And ace 10. Andrew's going to take it down, double up. Mike's going to lose nearly half of his stack.
Another unfortunate run out for Mike.
9:45.
Yeah, Mike has 2 sevens. Andrew's shoving range is pretty wide right there. 2 sevens is, I'd say, ahead most of the time. Mike knows that.
Yep, I think that's probably a standard call for 15 big blinds, 16 big blinds with the sevens. You don't love it, but you just have to put them out there.
Yeah, you definitely don't love it, especially with a guy like Andrew who's been playing pretty snug.
I got a bunch of even stacks and then this guy. I'm okay with that.
Seven players left. We've lost 2 so far. Got Kelly Slay and Eddie Marskoski in the booth.
I never know how to pronounce your last name, so I appreciate you doing that for me.
It's scary even when I do it. I'm afraid I'm going to mess it up.
I can't spell it and I can't pronounce it.
Eddie actually told me the secret. It's Eddie Mars Ska Ski.
That's right. That's right.
Ah, I learn something new every day.
Easily like that when you hear it like that.
Can I say it that slow?
Sure.
Lee? Slowly?
Ska.
My wife will crush me from bad grammar on the air.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sure she's going to have a list of things. Something you forgot to say, something you did say.
All right, guys. Just as we're closing the month of August here at Best Bet Jacks, we're gonna gear up for World Poker Tour in September. So just a heads up, if you want to link yourself a main event seat for our World Poker Tour main event, there will be a $590 buy-in Mega Satellite 5-seat guarantee every single weekend in September.
Yeah. Big series coming up, WPT. Everyone around here excited for that. It's always a fun time of the year when WPT comes around.
Yeah, it's a great series. Again, Best Bet does a fantastic job with their tournament series, bringing a lot of players from out of town, all over the Southeast, South Florida. Friends of mine come up.
Why did they update it?
It's a great time. Everybody should come out.
Agreed.
So you know the reason why they come out? It's because they say it's the fishiest event of all time. Because we put
it's
in
the softest 5K of the year.
Because we put in at least 100 local players into the main.
Yep.
Agreed.
And I think that's great. I think use the promotion dollars to feed the satellites, which feeds these tournaments, which brings in the bigger players from around the country. Really, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That this is, I mean, it's one of the best. Everyone knows Best Bet is one of the best spots for anything. We have fishy fields and great, series put on.
And great sushi.
Fantastic sushi. I can attest. The best sushi, really. All right, folded to Ryan, our chip leader. Over 5 million now. Queen 9 offsuit. I don't see him as a limping here. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, he's going to limp.
Yep.
Carlos with 2.5 million in the big blind and 2 sevens.
Expect a raise here. Just see what his size is going to be.
Mick says 5-5, just open folded. Excellent timing with Carlos waking up with 2 sevens. Sometimes those little small pocket pairs can get you in trouble.
Yeah, on short stacks, I think those small pairs are just shoves or folds. And I don't mind folding small pairs.
Yeah, Mick,
early.
I tell you what, if 20 between say 20 and 13 big blinds or so, I like folding the 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. As the higher big blinds you fold, or 5s even.
Yep.
It just costs you too much when you open and whiff. Can really get you in trouble if you try to c-bet certain flops. It doesn't get through. And when you get called, when you jam and get called, at that stack depth, you're just always beat. So I definitely think there are some sometimes where you can lay down the small pocket pairs to no raise. You know.
Yeah, I open fold small pairs on short stacks. I think good play, disciplined play.
Yeah, I think you need to have to be able to fold some small pairs.
That's usually when the
you're
set
short
pops
stack.
up there, though, and you go, "Why did I do
Oh,
that?"
every single time. Or it gets folded around to the big blind, and he gets a walk, and he shows 8-4. You know.
Right.
That wasn't the range I put in.
At last hand, Carlos raised the big blind with 2 7s, and Ryan just folded.
When I do get it in, you'd be like, oh.
Next hand, we see it folded to Ryan on the button now with King 10 offsuit. Good enough to raise. He's going to make it 180,000. Carlos not looking to 3-bet this time. And Mike sitting on a rather short stack. He's going to fold the 9-7 off. Couple tough spots there for Mike.
Yeah.
3-bets the ace-10, gets 4-bet, and then loses the race run out against Andrew. Gets him down to about $1 million now. 11 big blinds.
I didn't see the raise size from the button there, but if it's 2.2x, I think I might have to defend it with the 9-7 off.
Well, the good a situation like that against a chip leader, you know he's opening so wide, you can comfortably flop some top pairs and get it in. You know, like had that been, say, Jonathan that opened, or you know, just someone who's playing a little more snug or doesn't have a lot of chips, you know, they're opening a little more narrow, so their hands are pretty good, and you're afraid that even if you do flop top pair, you can be beat. With a chip leader who has 5 million opening the button, he's so wide.
Yeah, I agree. Although that's exactly the way my wife busted tonight to David Jackson, so she'll be mad about that one.
Defending yourself against someone who has so wide, yeah.
9 something, and it flopped a 9, and David had jacks, and it went. So
that's the great thing about being an aggressive player is when you get their hands.
Look at this hand brewing.
Yeah, it looks like Jonathan opens ace-10 suited to 500,000. That's a huge open.
No, I think he 3-bet.
Okay.
I think he 3-bet, didn't he?
It says.
No, sorry, he did open, and then he got 3-bet.
Wow.
To the ace-9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh?
And Mike put it in with ace-jack.
Huge open. Jonathan puts half his chips in there. 500,000. Ryan 3-bets, or he just jams for 1.9 effective.
And Mike's got it in with ace-jack off.
Mike behind says calls off his chips with ace-jack offsuit.
Third in the pot.
And we know an ace is already gone. Jonathan and Mike in terrible shape here.
Take your time.
Take your time, we're good.
Josh Peets, thanks for joining the stream, buddy.
Obviously.
It's a very interesting hand right here.
So did Ryan.
I made mine before you made yours, and now I have to change mine.
No, I think he's just wasting our time.
Because my hand
There's no way he can call, especially after Mike. Mike's supposed to have monster hands here. Granted, he only has the ace-jack off.
Well, the problem is he's got half his chips in there and he's suited. But, you know, living to fight another day with 10 big blinds is...
He just had the chip leader ship all in with total disregard to any stack behind him. That should let us know he has a hand that really outperforms ace-10 suited.
So I like that fold with the ace-10. I don't like the opening size.
Yeah, opening size way too large. Really bloated the pie. Really got Ryan to just say all in instead of
I have to tell you.
Ooh, top set for Ryan. Straight draw for Mike. He's going to need a queen. And it does not come.
All right, and looks like that. Congratulations to Mike finishing out. Was that 6th place?
Mike in 7th place.
Mike in 7th place.
For about almost 9,000. So
8,900. 25 bucks.
Well done, Mike. A couple bad spots there for you. But, well played tournament again. I think he made a final table not too long ago.
Yeah, Mike's been doing well.
Yep.
Mike's been getting there. Can run up stacks and make a final table. Is doing well. Congratulations.
A couple of unlucky spots here tonight, but I'm sure he'll be back.
Yeah, he's going to be happy taking home 9K.
And Ryan with 50% of the entire chips in play.
Over 7 million.
No, I'm saying we both would have got knocked out.
I'm just saying you wouldn't have won.
No.
David's down to 11 big blinds. Interesting to see how he plays them.
Yeah.
David by far the most experienced player left, I think. Maybe Ryan's there too, but those two.
It's going to be pretty difficult to have more experience than David Jackson at this point. He's been playing over 10 years constantly. I mean, almost every weekend at a different stop. This guy plays, puts more time on the felt, puts more time in studying than anyone I know.
And the most consistent player I have ever met.
By far the most consistent tournament player I know.
Ace-10 call of a 10 big blind shove with Jonathan's jacks.
Yeah, Jonathan jams jacks. It's less than 10 bigs actually. So Ryan's going to make the call. With 7 million, I think this is an easy call, ace-10.
Yep.
Yeah, 820.
It's a good spot for the jacks.
Michael Rubano says, you guys are sleeping on Andrew. No, sir. I've played with Andrew. I know he's definitely a good player. Solid. Played with Andrew plenty. There it is. Ace right in the window, and Ryan is going to knock out
another.
He is just getting hit in the face with the deck.
Yeah, you know, it's almost not fair when really good players run this good.
Yeah. See how quick it can happen, too. He's applying the pressure in the right times. And his big hands are holding up.
I took
and when he's behind, he gets there, too.
That's how you win
It's
tournaments.
nearly impossible to beat that.
That's how you win tournaments. I've been told.
Yeah. What would you do?
It just keeps going lower.
Yeah. You keep getting new best.
That's what the guys who win tournaments say.
Your mom.
Don't know if it's true or not. David Jackson ordering a salad. He's in for the long haul here.
Yeah, 11
He's
big
looking
blinds.
to run this short stack up. He's not looking to
11
bust
big
out
blinds.
anytime.
I'm going to be here for a while, boys.
That's
Buckle
right.
up.
That's right. Get ready.
Just going to ladder up.
He's not laddering up.
Yeah, there's no ladder. He's going to ladder by doubling. Carlos, 8-6 diamonds. He's got the chip leader to finally fold a hand. Maybe now he can take advantage of that big stack that he has compared to the other players behind him. Not going to work as Hunter jams King Jack suited. 995,000.
We're still at 30-60 here, right?
No, we're at 80. We're at 80.
40, 80.
40-80 now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He had more or less than 10 bigs last hand when he shipped to 600.
Yeah, okay.
Old gamer geek dad says better not order any food. May not be there when it comes.
You can get a to-go box.
Power of positivity. Old gamer.
So I keep thinking about your last name. Has anybody ever said, like, if you have them fall in, basically, and you have them covered, has anybody, like, anybody at the table been like, dun, dun, dun? I said that joke in my head earlier, and now every single
Ryan
time
up over
somebody else,
8
I'm like,
million
dun,
now.
dun, dun.
David with 880,000.
At least with some jokes.
Seven folds.
I actually saw her out in Vegas. She was
Uh-oh.
dealing at the win, I think, for a few weeks.
Yeah, that's right. She did go out there during the summer for a bit. David Jackson, 11 big blinds, ace-5 offsuit in the cutoff. Six-handed, tough spot.
Yeah.
All in.
Let's go
yeah.
in.
Yeah, this one
One is all in.
seems like a shove. Short stack.
You man.
And Hunter snaps with queens.
All right, I'll try.
Andrew in the big blind folds king, queen.
Pull it a queen.
Looking to ladder up, hoping David can bust here. David hoping to flop an ace. Get some life, get up over 20 bigs. There's a 5.
There's
Now
half
an
of
ace or a
There's
5.
half of it.
Ace or 5 for David to win. And David makes
All right, another
full
great
house,
run by
not as
David.
good as Hunter. Yep.
You took some beats, man.
About 10,000, right?
David finishing in 6th place.
I think it's about 10.
Take care, man.
No, yeah.
11,900.
Or 5th place, excuse me. 5th place for 11,900.
Oh, we're already down to, wow, they're dropping fast.
There they are. This has been
What? No. Yeah.
rapid fire these past 5 or 6 hands. They're down to 4. David finishes in 5th place. Another great score. Talk about regulars at final table.
you're gonna go over
David
to
seems like he makes one of these every series.
Yeah, David's a great player.
If you ever look at David's Hindenbaum stats, all of his first places, literally maybe 15 to 20 first places here at Best Bet Jacks.
I have it taped up in my room as a poster.
I mean, what does he do with all of his trophies?
You know, there's people that
Don't
cash.
donates them to guys who don't win trophies much. Gives them off as like Christmas presents, stocking stuffers.
You know, there's people that cash and there's people that win. And David closes.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, he's unhappy about 5th place here, as he's always a huge threat to finish first in any tournament he plays.
But his attitude is on to the next.
That's right. There's another one tomorrow.
Somewhere.
Yeah, he'll figure it out and go get it. Alicia McCann in the chat says Ryan is killing it. Ryan is killing it.
6 costs.
Massive chip leader, 4-handed here. We're going to see Ryan really put the pressure on these guys.
Play some poker. Is this the first like actual poker we've had?
Hunter opens Jack 8 suited under the gun to 175K, and Ryan comes along from the small blind with King Jack.
That's up 6 jacks.
Both players flop a gut shot. 10 would just be wrong. 5 of spades, putting 3 spades out there. Ryan now with king high, gut shot to the straight, and a jack high flush draw. Gonna go ahead and fire out this turn.
Yeah, it's going to get through, I'm sure.
Yeah, I like it. You get Hunter to fold out a lot of ace highs with no spades. You get to fold out, you know, some of these 4s and 6s, maybe pocket 7s, these type of hands, especially with no spade.
Yeah, expect to see Ryan chip away, try to take down as many of the small pots as he can.
I still should, but I broke my glasses a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
he's going to really use that chip advantage. He can poke and prod here and there. Take all the pots where that they don't go after. Zara says, great run, David. Absolutely. Another great run.
Andrew with pocket jacks.
Okay, Andrew, fresh off a double up, 1.7 mil, pocket jacks.
C2 raises to 210.
Raisy daisy, 210,000.
A little bigger than the standard raise. He's under the gun, trying to protect his jacks.
Yeah, I don't think we actually got to see him open pre. This could be just his sizing. 2.5x-ish. Hunter, queen 7 offsuit, tormented to fold. Finally lays it down.
I see those two are fairly close in chips. What is the 4th place chip stack right now? Do we have those up?
Current stack counts.
There we go. Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, everyone right around 2 million, and Ryan with a little over 8. Carlos has a slight edge at 2.4. Andrew the shortest, 1.9. Of course, that 40,000, 80,000 big blind, these numbers, the bottom 3 will fluctuate hand to hand.
Yeah, they're all in the, 20 to 25 big blind range? If I do that math right?
Yeah. Yeah, they all got a little over 20 bigs.
And now we're getting to the point of the tournament where the pay jumps start to be significant. So it's going to be very interesting to see.
For one second, I thought I had something and it
if
wasn't.
those 3 guys
Queen 4 looks surprisingly like
wait for
ace
somebody
queen.
to
I was
bust
like, oh, no.
and Ryan chews them up while they're doing so, or somebody's going to make a stand and play back.
Yeah.
Then so sad.
Here's where you see if guys are trying to ladder up or they're trying to win tournaments.
Yeah. They trying to play for second, or they trying to play for first.
Once that ace is gone, super tilted.
It's a lot easier for us sitting behind the glass looking at the whole cards.
Oh,
Top
well,
4 hand, you got to show up either way.
we tried to play for first and busted a long, long time ago.
True story. Multiple times.
Oh, yes.
Do it, man.
I don't even want to think about how many we got between us.
Playing honest poker over here.
Keeping the lights on, I'll tell you that.
Somebody's got to pad the guarantee. Might as well be us.
No bluffing here.
All right, Carlos is going to open the ace-jack offsuit, 225. Now, this is against the chip leader, so maybe he sized up a little bigger versus the chip leader, which I don't mind there. If he wants to play, charge him the max. Tell you what, I like what Carlos is doing. Carlos, it seems to me Carlos is going to be playing for first in this one. Let's see what kind of stance he takes against Ryan.
I didn't get a chance to see his Hendon Mob.
Looking for Carlos's Hendon Mob?
Yep.
I'll get that for you.
Thank you, sir. Alex Griffin, welcome to the stream, buddy. Thanks for joining. What stops people from watching this stream from calling people with headphones? Well, this is on a little delay, so anything we're seeing live has happened about 15 minutes ago. So anything that was called and told them is just telling them past events, which actually happens. You got some people texting their friends, letting them know how other people are playing, which is all in the rules.
Yeah, they can't be on the phone talking to anybody while at their table, but they can in fact use their phones to text.
Yeah,
and they do.
Yeah, you see a lot of the regular players will have a buddy just sitting on the side watching on his phone, texting them what players had and what hands. And I'm sure Ryan has somebody right now on the side so that he can ask, hey, what they have on this hand?
Sometimes it's better not to know.
Sometimes it can get you into trouble, yeah. Sometimes too much information can be a bad thing. I'm a fan of getting it all, though.
Yeah, I like to see it.
If I make the wrong decision, it's on me.
You see some guy bluffed you or didn't bluff you. It can affect how you play the next hand. That if you didn't have that information, you might not do what you did.
It definitely affects. Good timing for Ryan as he folds his button here. Hunter wakes up with 2 queens. Carlos is just going to limp the 9-7. And Hunter's going to grab some raisin chips. Probably end this one pretty quick. Yeah, looks like he snap folds. Carlos does.
Yep. I've seen some big hands here, Eddie.
Really has.
Final table.
Really has been some big hands.
A lot of big pairs.
They just always got it, I guess.
I guess. I played 2 days. I didn't see that many big pairs in my hand.
Sorry, guys. I'm having a little trouble finding Carlos's Hendon Mob results only because there are a lot of international Carloses, and I can't narrow it down.
Can't put his last name in there?
No, it's a very common last name, and I can't really tell.
It's like Jones, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's not like they have a picture on it, too, so.
Carlos with 2 queens here.
Card dead, running so bad. It's bullshit.
I do feel like I've seen him a lot. I've seen him before, though, so I think he's plays here.
You got some sour gum?
I'll do a little more research.
I'm trying to be better about my teeth and sugar. But you gotta cheat every once in a while. That's a soft cheat, though, right? The sour gum? Yeah.
210.
I don't feel bad for you.
Carlos, 2 queens, big hands all around.
Hey, I might need you to watch the stream so you can tell me what these fools are playing.
There you go.
You hear it right there. Ryan's literally talking to his rail right now.
We have queens again on the button.
Yeah. Carlos opens the button, and Hunter defends the small blind, jack-8 of clubs.
Are they shuffling those cards?
Whiff the flop. Carlos C-bets gets through.
All right, Mark Smith, Hunter's Hendon Mob results. Total live earnings, $146,094. Best live cash, $54,965.
Yeah. So there's another one where this first place will be his best score.
Yeah, this would be his best. Rim Remington says, one of the fastest final tables I've seen. Action aplenty. That's right, Rim. Come on down, the Best Bet Jacks. I know you are no stranger to poker.
I actually have the fastest final table. And it was WPT Deep Stacks with George Wolf winning that event in 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah. I lived 5 minutes away, right down the street. He texted me when they were at heads up. He said, oh, we're heads up. He was out chipped like 5-1. By the time I got here, he had already won and taken the pictures.
Wow.
It was over.
Wow. Well, George likes to get it in there.
Yeah, you don't mess around.
Like aces.
Willie Lawrence, thanks for joining the stream, buddy.
Back.
You got to fold them when you know they're.
Well, sometimes you know it's not going to win. So it's like,
Nikki, Facebook, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining. Troy Hoisington says, who has the most earnings of the 3 commentators? Lifetime earnings, that'd be Mr. Kelly Slay in real life. Is that what he's talking about, I think?
I
think
don't
that's
know.
what- Lifetime earnings. Johnny, what have you learned in your entire lifetime?
I think he's talking about
He wants
poker.
to know.
I'm pretty sure
All
he's talking
my
about
earnings
poker.
on all my side bets. No, actually, I take that back. All my earnings are you guys.
That's right. You do a good job, Johnny.
Just to be able to be a part of this team and to run this production and be here at Best Bet. Pretty much just doing things that nobody really does out there. And we're just a local poker room here out in Jacksonville, Florida with, we're not a hotel casino, but we are on the map.
Oh, we are on the map, and you had a big part of that, Johnny Fam.
immigration's no.
I think these streams are going a long way, too. People are tuning in and watching from all over.
Oh,
And, that's the thing too, because between Jesse and I, who actually kind of built the stream from the ground up, we're just poker guys. We're just like you guys. I'm not really a production videographer or any of that, although I'm very in-depth in poker. But I'm from the West Coast and I'm pretty IT savvy, so we've been able to figure it out. And this is the result of the last 2 years here live streaming here at Best Bet Live.
Yeah, learning process as it goes, and getting better and better each time, I say.
Yeah, absolutely. I really like the statistics that Johnny puts up and some of the streams that you've been doing, some of the deep stacks.
Yeah, you need Johnny Fam to run this whole thing.
We've actually had a lot of interest, and also we picked up Bart Hansen, who is now doing some play-by-plays in a lot of our live stream content. So he has been picking up hard hands from our live streams and broadcasting it on his Crush Live Poker.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fantastic. Look at this hand brewing. We got Hunter flopping trips.
Yeah, makes trips with the 10 jack. Doesn't really get anything out of Ryan's 9 high there.
Yeah, I expect to see the play speed up a little bit here, though, with four-handed.
Yeah, you can get short real quick. 20 big blinds can turn into 10
Yeah,
if you don't play some hands.
Blinds whip around pretty fast. Just makes you widen your range and start playing hands that you don't normally play, or you should. Makes some players uncomfortable playing outside of their standard ranges, but you have to do that when you're shorthanded.
Agreed. Well, I think this spot in general is just an uncomfortable feeling to most players. It's getting down to four-handed. It's a feat really in any tournament you play, and it's not something that happens all the time. Ryan, we know, has
good so far,
I would
right?
say the most experience here, but certainly Andrew, Hunter, not too many final four finishes on their in their results.
There we go. Andrew stuffing it from the big blind over Ryan's open of the 10-9 offsuit, which is technically under the gun, but also the cutoff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Ryan opens the 9-10, and Andrew's got the ace-king in the big.
And it went.
Yeah, Ryan is not going to be calling this off way too much. Michael Rubano on the Facebook chat says, Bart Hansen follows my cat on Instagram. That's impressive.
Kind of gave it away when I was like, no, it's not two. It's not two.
No,
No, come on.
Johnny, in the stream, they're asking if you could give them Andrew's earnings.
On the way.
It's like the bottom.
Thought we had it, but we didn't get them all.
What was his last name again? Andrew
Gerard. Andrew T-Dog Gerard.
Pretty sure T-Dog won't be in this hand mob name.
T-Dog. If he ships this one, he could change it.
Next time.
T-Dog Gerard.
Horrible. How dare he?
Carlos, ace king suited under the gun here.
I just cannot believe the hands they're picking up.
We're seeing a premium in nearly every hand. It's not how this happens usually, people.
It's almost like this has been edited, and we're just seeing,
this
seeing
is
the
the
TV
highlights.
hands, but they're every hand, back to back to back.
See, I knew you guys were getting monster though.
No TV magic. You're seeing it. Monster after monster.
You know, back before they started streaming World Series and things like that, you would see nothing but highlight hand after highlight hand after highlight hand. And people thought poker was that exciting and that
Well, the thing
fun.
is, I want to see how much
When you see the stream, and you usually see a raise and fold and raise and fold, and this has been some hands every deal, it seems.
All right, Andrew Gerard, total live earnings 12,719. Best live cash 4,422.
Oh wait.
That surprises me a little bit. I thought
12,000.
he'd had some more results than that. I've played with him a few times before, and he's a very good player.
Yeah, I think he's a small stakes tournament guy. I've definitely seen him down south. I think he's won a trophy here in the past, maybe an all-in or fold or something.
He won a $350 buy-in Card Player Poker Tour in 2019 for $3,500.
There you go.
First place money. And best bet, his best live cash was in 2016 when we used to have the MSBT Poker Tour series here. The MSBT was an $1,100 buy-in main event. Took 13th place for $4,422.
That must be where I remember him. I think I remember him playing deep in that one, and I might have actually gotten lucky enough to get deep in one of those, and
No,
we played together.
You were probably watching your wife.
Probably.
So I guess it's safe to say that this will be Andrew Gerard's biggest score already. So congratulations to him. Can only get better from here.
Yeah.
GT Jack on Twitch says we got it easy tonight with how quick this final table is going.
He's right.
Don't try to jinx us though, Jack. We don't want no 4-hour heads up here.
Jack.
Well, kind of the reason why, because they're playing so shallow, because to get up to nine-handed, they played it very long, almost to about 9:30 tonight. So
Yeah, usually we reach that point 2 hours before then, around
Correct.
7:30 or so. So
Yeah, and it made everybody short at the final table. You're absolutely right.
Ryan's going to be under the gun here. King 10 off suit. Carlos right behind him with ace 10 off.
250 is the raise from 6.
Now we're going to have a hand, looks like. King 10 is really a strong hand, four-handed, usually. Tonight it's not much of a hand, but this is a spot we might see a 3-bet here.
Very interested to see what kind of lines Carlos takes. Carlos has clearly made a line in the sand. He's the second place guy right now. He's actually chipped up as the others have chipped down since we've been four-handed.
Here we
And
go.
now he's going to 3-bet the chip leader with ace 10 off. The blinds get out of the way.
Even though Carlos has all the chips, you know, you get 3-bet out of position with ace 10 offsuit. You don't love it. So let's see how he plays this spot. There we go. That's how you answer. Fire with fire. There's a high-level play by Carlos.
That's big time. That's putting all the pressure right there on Carlos. He knows Carlos needs to have, a top 5 hand to continue, but he could 3-bet with, let's say, 25 hands. So this is a profitable play, considering the ICM implications with the 2 shorter stacks behind, putting all the pressure on Carlos. Love the play. Ryan really showing you why he has over $500,000 in career earnings and how he got up to over 8 million in chips.
Absolutely. Sorry, I think I had that reversed. I thought the king 10 was
Yeah.
the end of the button making the 3-bet. But it was the ace 10 3-bet and the king 10 with the 4-bet.
Yeah.
Very high level play right there by Ryan. And as
Yeah.
you said, understanding the ICM implications. Nobody wants to bust fourth when you're even chipped with the other 3. Very, very well done.
Yep. It's Ryan risking, less than a quarter of his stack to put Carlos in a very tough, difficult situation.
And if he runs into a hand, he's still okay with it.
Right. Yeah.
I also have to add, they were playing for about an hour. There were 10 players left. So new rules are here at the TDA. When we go to final table at 9 players left, instead of breaking to final table at 10, we play 2 tables at 5-handed each until we break to 9.
I think
That's right. They were playing 10-handed for a while. And when you're playing 2 tables of 5-handed, blinds go around quickly. The guys who are playing tight just get shorter and shorter, which is what happened once we got down to our final 9. You see a lot of the short stacks getting the chips in early.
And that was hand for hand, right, Johnny?
No, not hand for hand.
No, they were just cooking.
Yeah, this is a new TDA rule. Usually we break the final, there's a final table and there's an official final table. So final table would be 10-handed, 10-handed, and then we lose 9, we go to the live stream. But a lot of the changes, because a lot of places are having these live streams, are doing 9-handed final tables. It was deemed better to do 2 tables 5-handed, so they're balanced until you hit the final 9.
But it's not hand for hand at 10.
No,
Just-
no.
No, yeah, they just keep it going.
Oh, you did.
This one goes check, check, and Ryan makes a 3 on the river.
Okay.
Going to win a small pot. Blind versus
You just had to
blind.
press the Yeah, 2 hearts. Yeah, you want to make this all 3. 2 hearts. This guy. Can't beat this guy.
All right, guys, just a
Five
reminder,
freeze,
we
man.
are
He's
as
gonna
well going to be promoting our
that was like a
WPT
really
main event
weird thing. I
5K
don't know
buy-in. We're
why.
also going to be satelliting at least 3 to 4 players into our high roller event in the World Poker Tour Series. The high roller event for October during our World Poker Tour is going to be $20,000. And you can get a seat to buy in as little as $100 here at Best Bet.
That'd be a nice one to Saturday in, too.
I think that's fantastic. Love to see some locals square off with the high rollers.
Is that the 25K high roller?
No, it's a $20,000.
20K, okay.
Lessened it a little bit only because we wanted to get more local players into the high roller.
I like it. Looks like Andrew has some support in the chat. Michael Rubano and Amber Kolek saying he has a bunch of bracelets from the Ebro series, Emerald Coast, and they don't report to Hendon Mob, so.
There you go. I thought he was more accomplished than that. So that explains it.
Yep. Yeah, played with him several times. Definitely holds his own at the table. No slouch. Ryan opens the 9-5 off and gets Carlos to fold 8-5 off.
GT Jack, we are still kind of working our live stream schedule for the World Poker Tour Series. We may not live stream the high roller, only because we just have so much going on through main event weekend leading up to it. I know I have a ladies cash game scheduled during the World Poker Tour Series, and a lot of notables, a lot of the female poker players in the world, likes of Kelly Minkin, Jessica Dolly, Ite, Kitty Kuo.
Yeah.
Some of the best female poker players in the world will be playing on Best Bet Live here in October.
That'll be fantastic to watch.
I love it, branching out, getting all kinds of players from all kinds of places. I tell you what, though, if somehow you can find a way to live stream that high roller, I want to be first dibs in the booth.
I'm with you.
If I'm not at that table.
So a little fun fact, the first ever live stream here at Best Bet Live was the 25K high roller 2 years ago during the World Poker Tour when Olivier Bousquet won that event, our very first live stream.
Yeah, I think him and Sean Winter actually chopped it Or maybe
No.
played for a little bit. No.
No, Olivia
Sean
just played it out.
Man.
No, they played until like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay.
I was here.
I saw that Sean won down at Hard Rock
That's right.
last month.
Sean Winter won the main event for a little over $700,000.
That's right.
Sean's been on a
Pressure.
little bit of a tear the last year or two.
Last decade or so.
Yeah, she
that
just
too.
had a baby. He's growing up.
Yep. Yep.
for him.
Just had a baby.
One of my favorite guys.
And a little fun facts for Sean Winter. Jacksonville Best Bet local. Started out here at Best Bet at Orange Park, Bayard.
Oh yeah. And he used to play the Chad Brown tournaments up there at Orange Park.
Yes.
Became a regular cash player at both Orange Park and here at Best Bet Monument. Now he's taking his talents to all over the world, playing in the biggest games, biggest tournaments, beating the best players.
You know, I saw earlier this year in the World, not the World Series of Poker, the Poker Opens. He made 4 final tables in a row in 10K buy-ins.
Yeah.
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
I know the fields are small.
Oh, he's no
but you're
doubt one
playing
of
the best players in the world, and you make 4 final tables in a row.
You're world class. He's world class.
World class.
Looks like Carlos opens the button and Andrew piles ace-jack suited. Carlos deliberating with the king-10 offsuit.
I think he's going to get away from this one, don't you?
Yeah, Andrew's been rather snug when he puts his chips in the middle.
Did it with ace-king. We saw that.
Yeah, he's had good hands. The one time he did ship blind versus blind. That's a little different scenario. $595 entries in this tournament, $570 buy-in, down to 4.
Shout out from Ryan Dunn's dad, Richard Dunn.
Richard Dunn saying, my son is doing very good, great game. Yes, he is. Right now he's putting on a clinic.
One thing to say, Richard, you raised a great dude, because in my opinion, Ryan Dunn is a great dude.
And he's playing great tonight.
Yeah.
Actually
Playing
been
well.
very fortunate to hang out with Ryan abroad.
Good guy on the felt, good guy off the felt. Great poker player.
Great personality,
Not
super
surprising
funny.
to see him with all the chips.
Best known for final tabling here in 2015, our World Poker Tour Bounty Scramble, wore a Snoopy shirt. No, it was a Pokemon. No, it was a Snoopy. It was Pokemon.
Pokemon.
He was wearing a Pokemon shirt.
I like that fun fact. Going with the base teal green shirt here tonight. All business. Hunter, pocket 4s on the button. He's going to pile it in, 1.6 mil. And Andrew with ace-9 of clubs in the small blind and a decision on his hands.
Yep, tough spot. The ace-9 is his pocket 4. Is that 20 big blinds?
We
There
are
he
at
goes. We talked about that earlier, how small pairs are pretty much shove or fold, and I think button pocket 4s, I'm putting it in.
Yeah, I like that, especially against the big stack. You don't want to just open and give him a chance to just beat you post flop because his stack is so big. He's able to call super wide, put you in some very tough spots. Jam it in if he's got a hand he wants to flip with. Go ahead. And if somehow he's dealt a bigger pair, then
Yeah,
good luck to him.
Just too much equity, especially four-handed.
Yeah, 4s, pocket pairs too strong at this point.
You hate it when you're called because you know you're racing at best, but you just got to get it in.
Yeah, sometimes you
Gotta
just
gamble
do it.
sometime.
Sometimes you win those races, you know.
You do?
Well,
And again, guys, forehand at this final table. Next place out, everybody's guaranteed $16,362.
there you go, 16K at least for everyone.
Here's Ryan stuffing the king deuce suited out of the small blind. Another solid play.
You put him in?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, really putting the pressure on here.
You want to call it off? Call it off.
Ryan getting to the point where he's going to be able to just continue staying all in versus these guys as they get shorter and shorter.
All right, guys, I want to thank you all for joining us here on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And also a big thank you to our commentators tonight, Eddie Marskoski and also Kelly Slay.
Happy to be here. Happy to be here.
Love it. Wouldn't be anywhere else.
Especially when they go so fast.
If I wasn't here, I'd just be listening on my phone. So.
Right?
And then probably texting the hands to Kelly. So it's just better that we just come in here and.
Here we go. Ace-3 suited, small blind versus big blind.
Small versus big. It looks like Carlos is just going to raise.
It made it 600,000.
Interesting. He didn't just put it all in there. I guess maybe he was folding to a jam.
I guess. Just rags in the big blind, so no decision to be made. But yeah, that's another spot where high equity hand.
Interesting. Interesting to see what he would have done if had Hunter jammed. Say Hunter has a hand like King Jack suited, King Queen. Jack saying he's surprised the 3 short stacks haven't suggested some kind of chop.
I'm not a fan of giving first place away your four-handed. One double and you're right back in it.
Agreed. You'd have to give Ryan first place to get a chop at this point, and they're probably just a little unwilling to do that. You know, playing you can still get up there and get 68K. You don't want to forfeit so much.
Well, I was in a similar spot once where 3 guys wanted to do that, and I said no, and of course I bust out like 4th.
Oh yeah, that's how that goes. As soon as you're the one guy that says no, you're the next one out, and then you leave and they all talk about you.
Yep, it's okay. I'm not giving a guy first place.
So again, no real discussion about chops.
Yeah.
Well, I think if I were Ryan, I wouldn't want to chop either. You got the chip lead, and you're the most experienced player. Let's go.
Yeah, you'd have to give me, what's 65K? I mean, I guess I'd cut a little bit off, give everyone an extra 1,000.
I've actually heard a lot of chops where they were agreed to like, okay, we'll just give you first place.
That's
we'll chop the rest.
That's what they were talking about.
They do that. I mean, that's just.
Well, it happened. It happened here.
They've done it. Oh yeah,
not long ago. 3-handed.
But this isn't a very choppy table. They're here for the glory as well.
That's right. No guts, no glory.
I'll be surprised if Ryan chops. Chip lead and the most experience.
Yeah, massive chip lead.
Yeah, I think he's going to be playing for first only.
This is, Ryan wins this a big percentage of the time. That's not to say he's gonna though. It's only going to happen once. Anything can happen. David Jackson just hit me up on the text to discuss the 11 big blind shove. Plugged it into the snap shove. It's in there.
Oh yeah.
It's in there. I think we both disagree on it though, after thinking about it. Absherry on Twitch says that happened with Jared Reinstein.
That's right.
They gave him first place money in the card player, I believe.
That's right.
A couple years ago.
I think he was about 85,000 for Jared. He says, I'll take first, and you guys can chop second, third.
Sweet deal.
It's the sweetest I've ever seen.
Don't even got to work for it.
Hats off to him.
Yeah.
But you know, at the time, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was 20,000 and 40,000, and the 30,000 for the guys that finished second, third was significant for them at the time. So nobody wanted to take a chance on busting third.
If I were Ryan, I would be offering that to them. You guys give it to me. You guys can chop what's left. What would be really great is if you found out that the other 3 players were so pro chop and wanting to get some money, if you charge them more.
Right.
Be like, give me 70K, I'll chop.
I love the way you think.
Actually, it has happened.
Yeah, someone's got more than what you guys put as first place?
Not here at Best Bet, but I've heard some places where a player did get more than first place money.
That's awesome.
All right, look here.
No
This
one
is,
thought to say, why don't we just give him first?
Hunter opens King Jack suited under the gun, four-handed, which is also the cutoff, as we know. And now Carlos has stuffed it with the King 10 suited. Another man, let it go.
Josh Atkins says, Eddie Marskoski and I chopped the tournament three-handed where I got $100 more than first. There you go.
Eddie,
Josh happened right there.
how'd you let that happen?
No, I don't think I was
Ask
involved.
her.
I think
She
he's just
probably
telling me.
knows.
I added the hand.
All right, guys. Again, here's our current stat counts. Hunter
Hunter
short,
down at
10 bigs.
Hunter opened King Jack of diamonds and then let it go. Off the short stack. Wanting to pick a better spot.
Big pay chunk between 4th and 3rd place.
That's right.
There is. That's what we were talking about. ICMs becomes real in the last 3 or 4 spots of these
8K
tournaments.
for folding right here. Fold a few hands, you can make $8,000 in a pay jump.
He happened to have him dominated that time, but usually he won't. So I don't mind the fold there.
Ryan again opening his button. Wow, they gave Josh 100 more than first place. That's nice. Impressive, Josh. I'm gonna have to try that.
Here we
Carlos
go.
throwing caution to the wind.
Yeah, he's stepping on the gas now.
Doesn't worry about Hunter or Andrew behind with shorter stacks. Piles in $3 million.
Here we go. Here's a good example.
Yeah,
Like you said,
that's Carlos knowing that Ryan is opening incredibly wide and just not going to stand for it.
I think that's what you have to do is play back at the chip leader and take a chance of busting fourth.
Yep, he's going for the win. We see that.
Yep.
Carlos definitely playing to win. Dan Cosenza on Twitch says Eddie has masterful chop negotiations. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, he does.
I have got some sweet deals in the past.
Eddie's the king of the table talk.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is offer them some things up. They say yes. Don't let them bother with the math. You don't pull out your calculator and show them anything. You just say, hey, what do you feel about you getting this amount? What do you get? Oh, don't worry about what I get. No,
That's
you
right.
get this.
That's right. It's a good deal for you.
That's okay. All right.
It's a good deal for you. Well, trust me.
Ryan opens king deuce suited under the gun, and Carlos on the button is just going to flat this time with ace 10 of clubs.
All right. Oh boy, look at this flop.
Okay. Big flop for Carlos. Ryan whiffs.
Good check back there.
Well, does
by
have a
Carlos.
deuce.
Oh, sneaky check behind.
King of spades for action. 6 of diamonds.
Might see Ryan take a little stab here, huh? You can't think his king high is good. No, he checked it again.
No, he's got a deuce.
Oh, he did hit the deuce. Yeah, it
Yeah.
does have some showdown value.
Yeah, I think he's not just giving up at a deuce.
7 bets 250.
Okay, third of the pot bet here. I like it. Ryan may find a call with the pair here. Bottom pair for such a good price. Getting 4-1. Hard to make a pair in this game, especially four-handed.
Just don't know what hands that don't have pairs would bet this small. You know, that's the thing you really got to think about. Would Carlos choose this tiny sizing with any kind of bluff? No, he wouldn't. He's only betting value, even if it's thin value. A lot more thin value hands that beat a pair of twos.
That's true.
Good fold by Ryan, not getting sucked in. You know, Ryan can just stay opening whenever someone calls. He can kind of proceed with caution, but really just relentlessly opening preflop is gonna make money for him.
But Carlos didn't have a pair, right? He just had the straight draw and the nut flush draw and the two overs.
Yeah, monster draw.
Yeah.
But was ahead.
But he did size it like it was value. You're right.
Right.
It's a good bet. Ryan can pick better spots to make a stand than with fourth pair.
At best case scenario, the guy has a straight flush draw. You want to get out of there. Hunter ships the button, finds an ace deuce.
Yeah, ace looks pretty sweet four-handed on the button.
Yeah.
Especially with 10 big blinds I think he had.
Yep, blind's coming around quick. Find an ace on the button. Put it in.
Let's just wait and see how long it would take. See if
Yeah.
dealer change. Great set of dealers here dealing these live streams. Billy just tapped out. Elise coming in. What we don't see off camera is actually the dealer that just got out of the box is now sitting on the side programming the iPad, putting in all the cards so we can see them. So these dealers work during their down and they're working when they get tapped out. Yeah. Always doing a good job up here. One of the reasons Best Bet is it can be as successful as it is.
Yeah, it's hard to get these graphics as fast as some of the action is. They do a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Sometimes the cards don't cooperate because, as you viewers know, probably there's chips in these cards. Sometimes if you stack them on top of one another, we don't get a read. Or if they snap them just right, we don't get a read.
You don't go over the square. All kinds of scenarios.
Oh, wow. Look at this flop.
Ryan flops the nuts.
Oh, in the bottom
terrible card for Andrew as he makes the small straight.
Yep.
Ryan going to get some value on this river. Could even go large here to look extra bluffy. Yeah, he's going pretty big. Pot 680.
Yep.
He's going 650. Yeah, 650.
Yep.
Almost full pot bet.
Pot size bet. It's really hard to get away from a 7 here. Terrible run out for 7s.
This would be a really great laydown if Andrew can find the fold. It is half of his stack, more than half.
You have it. You have it.
Yes, he does.
I think he said yes.
Huh? He said it doesn't hurt, Dad.
This is a tough spot.
It's actually a great. I like the sizing because if Ryan just has a bluff, this is what you would bet to try to get your guy to fold everything that's not a straight. If Ryan has, like, let's say pocket 6s and just wants to make sure he wins the pot because they're very unlikely that Andrew would check back the turn with a queen.
Yeah, Ryan's hoping Andrew has a queen. Got the other end of the straight.
Queen
7.
or 10. I mean, this board, it's like, Ryan doesn't just have to have a queen with this bet size. It can be a bluff.
Can you show me so I don't have to wait 15 minutes?
Oh, wow. Love this.
Andrew trying to get any piece of information out of Ryan he can.
All right, I've heard.
Yeah, he did fold. Wow.
He said, I'll show if you fold. He said, I'll show if you show.
Strong fold there.
Wow. And they both show. Ryan might be regretting saying that.
All right, old Gamer Geek Dad, the answer to your question, how we broadcast the stream. So there are chips inside of the cards that have readers inside of them that lets us know what they have in their whole cards on obviously a 15-minute delay. But we have an action tracker that is listening in on the action and inputting in all the action for us.
And it's not easy to do as fast as the action can move. It's
a production. There's a lot of moving parts to this thing.
Yeah, there is.
We're lucky we just get to come in here and sit down and start yapping.
Watch poker.
Johnny's running around doing 4 people's jobs.
Yeah, that's why he's Johnny Fantastic.
That's right.
Oh, thank you guys.
Michael Rubano, again with the y'all sleeping on Andrew. Guess he missed the praise we gave him earlier.
I guess so. It's a pretty strong fold right there.
It's not sleeping if you're praising.
What's that?
He went for the throat on that one.
Carlos opens the king queen 275. Hunter's forced to fold the 7 Dewey in the big.
Gus.
All right, guys, just a reminder, our Best Bet live stream schedule for the month of September has been dropped. So if you see something that you like, want to join us here at Best Bet Live and play one of our cash games, hit me up at my email, again, johnnyp@bestbetjacks.com.
Ryan with 8.8 million chips. Carlos with almost 4 million here. These are the two that the other two players are hoping to get involved in a pot together. Not this time.
No.
Fold to the blinds, and this is another interesting. You got the two short stacks in the blinds. And
Hunter jamming the queen 4. I like it.
I do too.
Andrew playing pretty snug from the whole time. Queen 4 likely going to get through. And it does.
You do have to give Andrew credit to get away from that bottom end of that straight.
Oh,
That's,
great.
that's a very difficult fold because then again you only beat a bluff.
Really good fold. Saves his tournament life. That would have got him down super duper short. And the blinds just passed him, so he would be incredibly short at this time. If we can see him double up, it'll be that because of that great fold with pocket 7s.
That's right.
Hunter's going to ship the ace 7. And it's going to get through.
Yep. Another ace on the button for Hunter.
Now Andrew is clearly the shortest stack with Hunter winning a couple pots in a row.
Yeah, that's a problem with making the fold. Even though we made a correct fold there, it's you only get so many hands in this game, especially four-handed.
Yeah, it's coming quick, but just the same as quick as it comes. You double up, you get right back in.
But he did show, so at least he knows he made a good fold.
That's right.
If he didn't show and it is gnawing at you right now,
You'd still be thinking
did I
about
get
it.
bluffed?
Have to wait the 15 minutes for somebody on your rail to tell you what happened.
Yeah.
Jack 6 offsuit for Ryan. Raise it up. Snap fold for Carlos. Carlos at this point can kind of wait on one of these short stacks to get it in.
Yeah, those guys
Doesn't want to mess around with the chip leader.
both know what they're doing. Ryan's going to be leaning on him, knowing putting the pressure on the middle stack. And the middle stack really can do nothing about it, but
Yep.
stay out of the way.
Just
And
got to take it for now.
yep, and try to get heads up and then play.
Yep.
With this guy.
Carlos
Yeah,
looking to
that's what I was thinking. I
bust one, if not both of these short stacks, and get even the odds a little bit heads up.
Bag boys.
Ryan on the button with Queen Jack offsuit. I'm sure this is going to be an open.
Oh, yeah.
250, 2.5 times. Pot size raised there on the button. It's probably going to get through. Here we go. Take some more.
More chips. Over 9 million now.
Yeah. I think
Where
we're gonna-
is this? Ted Robb on Twitch. This is Jacksonville, Florida at Best Bet Jacks.
Come on down.
Yeah, come on down. Water's warm. Action is nice. $570 buy-in tournament. 595 players down to our final 4. 68,000 up top for this one. I think we paid 60 players.
Yes, they did.
T-Rob, we are located here in Jacksonville, Florida on 201 Monument Road. We have 2 properties here in Jacksonville, one here at Best Bet Jackson, also at Best Bet Orange Park.
Matt Zimmerman in the Facebook chat says, almost back to Charleston. Thanks for keeping us company. Send the run good to Hunter for a double. Ponytail boys made it all the way back to the Carolinas. See you next trip, boys.
Johnny, there's somebody asking in the chat for the WPT schedule for September. Where can they find that?
I'll post that link here right now.
Old Gamer Geek Dad says nobody wants to be 4th. That's exactly right. Nobody wants to be 4th.
Looks like Ryan opened the king 8 and Andrew shoves the ace 9 from the big blind, and Ryan seeing if he's getting the right price to make a
10 big
marginal
blinds.
call.
10 big blinds for 10% of your stack. You let it go
Yeah,
correctly,
I like
probably,
it,
but
especially against Andrew, whose shipping range is a little more snug than usual.
well, and Ryan, I think, would prefer that to stay four-handed for a while so he can chip up. So that's another reason to let that one go, even though there's some old school theory that if a shove's less than 10% of your stack, you should call pretty wide. He let that one go, and I like it.
Oh, I agree. The edge he has to continue just opening these pots four-handed and keep winning is more valuable than even getting the chips from Andrew at this point.
Yeah.
Just keep opening, and when they play back, you know, proceed with caution.
7 folds, 1 is all in.
But they can't play back much because they just don't have that much maneuverability.
All right, we're going to see a hand here, I think. Hunter's in with queen 10.
Hunter chips queen 10. Ryan's going to call him with ace jack.
You got to sweat.
Yep. Yep, that's a call.
I'm lost.
Okay, Hunter's still got a 40% chance here.
Actually, I won't say I'm
Hunter with the queen 10, all in and at risk against our chip leader. 6, 7, 9 flop, 8, giving
Oh.
Hunter some outs.
I gave him the straight.
The 3 is not going to get there.
Man, he hit the straight.
Hey, let's just
Gut shot.
Oh, yeah, he did.
8 gut shot on the turn.
Never mind.
You're not used to getting beat like that, Eddie. I see it all the time.
Ryan's not supposed to lose these hands.
Not that way. First time we haven't seen his hand, the best hand hold up for him.
Or the worst.
Or the worst.
Big double up for Hunter.
Okay.
Queen
the
10 gets there.
South Carolina guys sent the heat just at the right time.
That's right. You hear that, Matty? You and Vinny, Ponytail boys, sent the heat. Hunter gets a full double.
in the same spot.
Queen 10 over ace jack.
I need those guys on my rail.
Man, I'll call him up next time. Use that South Carolina. Good luck.
A lot of good players in that bunch. I'd just sooner them stay in South Carolina.
Yeah, stay out of the honey hole.
The free
Find your own.
Yeah, man.
He's just a survivor.
Okay, now it's just getting a little greedy, Matt, in the chat, trying to send more. Let's find another double. Take a hand off, will you? Andrew ships 1.1 million, ace 7 off.
Ugly one.
It's going to get through.
Yeah, you know, Andrew's picked it up a little bit here. He's stuffed it with ace, raggedy ace 2 or 3 times now and got him through.
Yeah, no choice. No choice four-handed here.
He's chipping up a little bit, right? Can't see the chip counts
He
right
has
now.
5, 6, 7, 8 maybe.
More pictures.
No pictures. There's
Can't
plenty
really
of
tell.
those.
So things are flattening out a
Oh,
little
yeah,
bit.
it says
Hunter,
he's got 1.3. Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
several of them white chips,
Yeah,
which are
he's-
100,000 each.
he's chipped up. He was down to 800 or 900 just a few orbits ago. And Hunter got the full double, so things are starting to flatten out a little bit.
Cruising now. Now he doesn't even have to raise. He can just open. He's going to let this one go, though. Michael Urbano still thinks we're sleeping on Andrew.
I don't think so.
Ryan opens the 10-5 suited on the button. Carlos 5-5 makes the call, and Hunter with 2 threes.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Game right now.
3 ways to the flop.
Ryan.
Replays.
Oh, where was that before? Come on.
That would have been a sweat though, too, right?
Yeah, of course the
7
king.
times.
This is probably going to get checked right through.
I don't know. I don't know how Ryan's going to check a
There you go.
10 high.
One time. If it checks to him again, I expect to see him squeeze off a little stab.
Would kind of have to, especially with equity now that he has a gut shot with his 10-5.
Oh, Hunter's going to make a little stab with his threes.
I would love to see a bluff here from Ryan. If Ryan were to raise him here, just looks really strong.
A little less than half the pot.
And I think Hunter would have to fold out a lot of small aces. Some of those ace 5s and ace 6s and ace 4s that call pre-flop and now bet this turn would have to fold to some pressure here. See if Ryan's thinking the same thing. Yep.
Yeah, he does. Wow.
Yep, that's what he's thinking.
Good call, Eddie.
Yeah, that's a good spot. You know, he's got a gut shot, so he has some equity in the hand if somehow he is called. Not really a good enough hand to go ahead and peel on off, so go ahead and bluff.
Put the pressure on. That's a very high-level play right there.
Hunter has to fold out a lot of good hands. Really almost,
Enjoy your
since we know he's not calling pre-flop with ace king and ace queen, he has to basically have 2 pair or better here to continue.
All right, guys, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back here in about 13 minutes. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us. Tune in back in about 13 minutes. We'll be right back.
Let's color it.
We have always been a top-notch poker operation. We actually are the top producing poker room in the state of Florida. We have added new poker games, our Florida poker games. We have a whole section, we've got 18 tables. We now spread 3-card poker, 2-card poker, Ultimate Texas Hold'em, 1-card poker, and Pai-Gow poker. We have promotions every single day for our players. We give away hundreds of thousands of dollars in high hands. It's a great experience and it attracts a whole different set of customers. Our simulcast is a great race book. It's probably the best one in the state. We fashioned this after a Las Vegas sports book. The difference is we can only bet on the horses and on the dogs and on highlight. And we carry the races from all over the country. Our sushi is undoubtedly the best in the state, and I will say maybe even on the East Coast. Our sushi chef actually learned sushi in Japan. He is unbelievable, Miro, and his team, they are very dedicated and they're just amazing. We have the freshest product. You can't believe that you can get such good sushi in Jacksonville, Florida. We love having the World Poker Tour here. It creates so much excitement, and the $1 million prize pool, the guarantee, that's a big deal here. Our players travel from all over, all of the excitement and energy that comes with this production. This is our flagship production each year. What sets us apart is our team. We have years of experience between us. We concentrate on guest services, we concentrate on consistency, we value our players, our people care about their jobs, and we are very particular that we do things the correct way.
Play fun, exciting poker at clubwpt.com today.
Allie, we've got a fun event going on tonight. Tell me about this promotion.
Yeah, so this is a great opportunity for somebody to win a satellite seat into the $5,000 buy-in main event. What we do is we give 6 people, 6 lucky winners, the opportunity to play with the Royal Flush crew. It's a great way for them to get in for absolutely nothing.
Tell us a little bit about how exactly you won your seat here.
Well, I answered a question right for Facebook that Mike Sexton was the 2009 inductee into the World Series Hall of Fame and a bounty here today. A day later, I got the ding on Facebook that said, "You win."
Okay, I've got Johnny Cash here. Real name?
Johnny Cash, all my life.
Ooh. Tell me about your journey getting your seat at this bounty tournament.
Well, I called the radio show and I got in, so it was quite a challenge, but I made it.
I'm pretty stoked. I can't wait. Been waiting a couple of weeks. Been holding this ticket for a while. So, ready.
Have you ever played in a WPT main event before?
A few of them. So, I've cashed a few. So, that's it.
I'm a local player here, so it would be very fun and interesting to take on some of the professionals and see where my skill level lies with them.
Play.
Think you got a great poker face? What's your poker face? Bring it to Best Bet Jacksonville. Come play.
Let's get the party. Let me
right, guys, we're just about to start here again. I want to thank our commentators tonight, Eddie Marskoski and Kelly Slay, our fine commentators for tonight.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny Pham.
Thanks for having us.
All right, blinds are up, 50,000, 100,000 with the big blind ante of 100,000. Andrew, we got 4 left. Andrew's our short stack with 13 bigs. Hunter right behind him with 15 bigs.
So I was hearing some of the table talk before play resumed, and Andrew wanted to do an ICM, but Ryan just shut that down and said, I just want to play.
Yeah.
I expected that.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan's not going to take anything less than first place. ICM be damned at this point. He's got all the chips and what he believes is a big skill edge, and those two things usually equate to wins. But as we know in poker, anything can happen.
Oh, sure. Just 1 or 2 doubles and
yeah, this thing's nowhere near being over.
Well, Ryan's doing a good job just chipping away, though. He's not putting a big chunk of his stack at risk very often. I'm very impressed with his play so far.
I think you know, this final table coming in had some really good players, some really great local players, and Ryan Dunn has shined the brightest, I think, of the bunch. You know, he's navigated this final table very nicely, smoothly. Made a couple hands here and there, hit out once or twice, which you know, you're going to need to happen, but really has pulled off some really good bluffs, putting the pressure on the short stacks, using his big stack. It's been an impressive clinic he's been putting on here at this final table.
You saw the stats rolled up by Johnny. Ryan and Carlos have been opening more pots, been a little bit more aggressive as you'd expect with the bigger stacks. And the other guys have been picking their spots.
Lower frequency side for sure. As they've been pretty hamstrung to basically jamming or folding for the last half of that level.
Are we up to 60, 120 now?
No, 5,100.
100K.
5,100 still. Okay,
yeah.
Another.
So again, 4 players left at this final table. Next player out is going to receive $16,360.
Yeah, so you see there's a $10,000 jump and then a $15,000 jump. That's that's real money.
Big money.
Now, so I'm kind of like upset about that. That's what's going through my head.
Yeah, Andrew and Hunter essentially playing for $8,000 between the two right now.
It's not like I can.
It's the difference between third and fourth.
Leave the hand.
So Andrew on $1 million, Hunter with $1,000,005.
Oh man!
Of course, picking up garbage.
Son of a bitch.
Looks like Andrew's getting pretty low, hovering around the 10 big blind mark.
Well, pretty nice to get a walk with, what was that, the 3 deuce or
Get
the
the
6
deuce walk. Yeah, Andrew folds small blind. Tough spot for Andrew having 10 bigs against with the chip leader in the big blind.
Yeah, I think he was 3 deuce, wasn't
So I haven't gone in a while, but
it was garbage, whatever it is.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while. At least a year.
Yeah, for me too. I think possibly it went like even more than that. And then I ran into him somewhere random. Like I don't know if it was here or something. And then I haven't seen him since.
Okay, here's Hunter, ace jack, under the gun.
Yeah, this looks like 15 bigs.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, he's all in.
And it goes.
Sorry, guys. I guess the blinds now are actually 60, 120.
Yeah, that's what I thought, just based on the timing, the sizing of that first raise. It went to 265, so I assumed that was 120
Yeah, good
big
read.
blind.
Yeah, 120. So price of poker is even higher than we thought it was. This is not a 15 big blind shove. It's less than that. Easy shove with ace jack off here.
1,500,000.
Carlos Queen 10 suited.
$5,000.
I think about it a little bit. I don't think he wants to call off half his stack here with the queen high.
No, it looks pretty when it's suited, but you're really not ahead of much.
Yeah, no, like never maybe? Never ahead?
If you call here, you're just hoping to get lucky.
Yeah, it's gambling.
You know you're getting it in probably 1.5 to 1 dog. But it's suited.
Nah, he's just wasting our time. He's going to let this one go. He's getting some TV time. He's, you know, the longer he waits, in theory, the shorter his opponent's stacks are. So
yeah,
him with.
I think that's a good form.
He makes the fold.
so funny over there.
So it's it's interesting when you see a guy make a fold like that, and you wonder what's his threshold? What hand's he calling there with? Does he call it with King 10? Does he call it King Jack? King Queen suited? Probably, right?
I'd be curious to know.
12 big blinds.
King Queen suited. I mean, if that was a legitimate tank with Queen 10 suited, I think King Queen suited would be in there.
Yep, I think it is suited. And even offsuit, you have to give it some thought, right?
Absolutely.
12 big blinds.
Absolutely.
Even though there's a good chance you're dominated, he's got 10s and jacks just as often, and you get some money in there.
Well, he doesn't just need ace king and ace queen. He's shoving some other aces that you
would think
you can be in decent spots with. We saw him shove the ace jack. Maybe he shoves the ace 10, ace 9 suited, ace 5 suited. These type of hands.
Look at this. Putting the pressure on the short stack.
Yep.
6 deuce out of the small blind. It's going to work.
I like it.
My cards don't matter.
Hands too trashy to limp in and play a pot with. And with the raise, you're pretty much making Hunter play for his stack.
Yep.
I mean, you don't
So
let
pop
me
it up.
walk for once for all time's sake.
No.
Since we were on that same
Little
table.
does he know he had him dominated, showing the deuce.
Yep.
But that's why the raise out of the small blind is a good play.
Yep. Carlos just gives the cards back to the dealer, doesn't let him know that he raised it with the old 6 high, so he can get away with it next time.
Although there are some hands I'd fold in the small blind, and that's probably one of them. I'd probably let 6 deuce go. But that's a pot he won that I wouldn't have.
That's right. Oh, pocket 9s for Carlos.
Let's see what he does with it.
Let me just say all in here.
Yeah, there you go.
Just going to put them in. Make them make the call, make the stand.
I'll tell you, King 5 of spades there with, what was that, 7 big blinds?
Yeah, but when Carlos goes all in and he's not worried about Hunter, Hunter's 1.5, 1.6 million. King 5 shrinks a little bit.
I'm sure Andrew wants to be the shover, not the caller.
Right.
In this spot when you're on such a short stack. Again, wonder what his threshold was. King 5's suited to fold.
Yeah, I wonder if he's getting
how
in
big's
there
the
with
kicker
king.
got to be a caller?
I wonder if it's King 9 of spades if he just calls it off.
Here we go.
Queen 10's going to
There you
get
go.
through.
Yeah.
Just wait for the next hand.
Yeah, that's why you want to be the shover and not the caller.
Well, I mean, I was just surprised.
Avoid them runouts. They're tough, Kelly.
Don't I know it?
You got any experience with that?
I got more than I wanted this weekend.
Yeah.
I couldn't get far enough ahead.
Yeah. Sometimes it don't matter.
Yeah, that's why we love this game. I'd like to try what Ryan's doing, getting it in with the best hand and holds, and then getting in with the worst hand and they catch up.
Yeah, getting to a final table and winning chips. It looks fun.
It does, doesn't it?
It looks fun. Hunter, ace, king.
You've made your share of final tables. And taken quite a few of them home. Ace king. What do we do here with ace king? Just a little small raise. Hope somebody shoves over the top of us.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do.
Looks pretty strong when somebody makes a small open off of 12
actually-
big blind. Oh, here we go.
I actually like just jamming.
Ace king, getting called by ace queen, ace jack.
With these big guys behind, they can easily see flops, and then you get a fold. And losing a hand with ace king at this point is huge. You don't want to lose a hand with ace king.
Okay,
So
here
even
we
if you take
go.
the blinds, it's fine.
Let's just hope nobody runs out of flush here. I hate when that happens.
Yeah, we got hearts.
Hunter has the clubs covered.
Play it better.
Uh-oh,
There's
and
two
there
clubs.
they came. And there they came.
Hunter with the ace. And nope.
Chop it up.
All the kings ended up out there.
Wow. Here's Sean.
That's right. That's funny. You might hear me in a minute. I think I walked over right around here. Started talking to Sean.
I like Sean's shirt. Kelly Kapowski's shirt.
Oh yeah, classic. Sean is best dressed, best bets, best dressed. Always with something conversation worthy on.
Yeah, you see him all over the country.
Oh, that's right. Sean's a traveling
I understand, man.
pro poker
Queen 10
player.
there, I
Plays
wasn't looking
cash.
for the straight to down.
There's my voice.
With our stats.
Ryan with a back-to-back ace kings. This one's suited.
How do you do this? How do you pick up these hands?
I think he kept them.
This is even better suited. Let's see what he does with it. 120 to call. It's like about 240. Is that a min raise? What is that?
275.
275.
Hunter 8-9 in the big blind.
Yeah, I did. After a while, you were gone. I'm like,
he's gonna defend. It looks like.
I'm just gonna snag this one.
Looks like he doesn't want to give it up so easy.
He doesn't.
He's going to see a flop with this 8-9.
Yep.
There's my arm.
No, I don't mind this defend either. A hand that makes it straight, flops well.
Ooh, interesting. Queen 5-6, all diamonds.
Yeah, gut shot and a flush draw. He's hoping to get rid of everything. This doesn't have a diamond in it. Ooh.
Oh, check raise all in.
It's gonna work.
I think this one's going to work.
It's gonna work.
Yeah. Ace King, no diamond. Ryan's going to have to fold the best hand.
Yeah, he does.
Well played for Hunter. That's
Yeah.
gut shot, straight draw, and a 8 of diamonds to make a flush.
Like that
just
play.
in case. Yep. Well played.
And that's why you defend your big blind.
Yeah, we've seen Hunter make a couple pretty good plays here tonight too. These guys came to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the level of play's been pretty strong all night, really. That's a nice chip pickup by Hunter too. He was pretty short, and that gave him a nice little boost.
Oh, much needed. Again, pulling away a little more from Andrew. Now Hunter putting the pressure on Andrew, putting him in with Queen 8.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to put this one in the muck too.
No, yeah, this is definitely going to be a. Can't call it off with Queen 6 here.
No. Maybe suited, you could think about it.
Yeah.
But you'd like it to make straights
A few
too.
minutes ago I did it. I was just,
Yeah, probably.
because we make those jokes all the
Got to fold.
all the
Yep.
time.
Play the next.
Hope you pick one up here. 6 big blinds, but Hunter's doing the right thing, just leaning on them.
Yep. Troy Hoisington says out in 35th place, aces cracked.
Seems like you hear that a lot
Yep.
around the poker room, doesn't it? Those aces just take a beating.
A lot of people blessed tournament with aces. Ace 8 suited for Carlos. Under the gun here. Good enough for a raise, 300,000.
It's gonna get through.
I think this is a little bigger sizing for Carlos. One, to let the blinds know I'm willing to play if you stick it in, or excuse me, the short stack, Andrew. And enough for Ryan to be like, you don't have to call from the big blind. Just fold and let me take this one down.
Yeah, I expect those guys to stay away from each other until they lose at least one of the short stacks.
Yeah, agreed. For Carlos, it's just not worth it to get into a big confrontation with a chip leader while Andrew's sitting on less than 6 big blinds. And Andrew's going to shove those 6 big blinds in, and it gets through. Oop, never mind. Carlos King Deuce is going to think about it.
Good.
King Deuce, pretty
King,
trashy.
King,
Yeah, he's going to give it away.
I don't know. He's doing some math right now.
Pulling the bets.
The king by itself is usually worth about 40%. So
Yeah, when you see the king, you think like you got a lot of calls in your hand, but then you see that deuce.
Yeah, your kickers might as well not be there.
I don't know what
You
to do.
expect Andrew to have a lot of
Andrew very, he's going to be
kings
super
and-
wide here. I mean,
Yep.
he can show up with queen highs and jack highs and even maybe
Sure.
some 9-10s suited for sure, but even still, even with that range, I think too many hands just beat King Deuce.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
I like
but,
the
but I
full.
think it was a legitimate
Worth a
decision
tank.
there.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a
I
tank.
think it was. That was
King High is just not always beat in that spot. That's for sure.
right. That's right. And even if it's not, it's the price it was getting was pretty good. It was $1 million in the pot and 600,000 to call. You know, you don't have to be good that many times to get that price.
That's right. Sometimes you're ahead.
Yeah, sometimes you actually have the best hand. Not very often with King Deuce offsuit, but sometimes.
Tough, but there is definitely, you're ahead of a portion of his range.
But even if he's in there with, you know,
Wow,
ace queen, your king's not that bad. King Deuce not that bad a shape for that price. I mean, Ryan just keeps picking up hand after hand after hand.
2 jacks, gonna open the button. Nothing really doing.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We're getting a little rambunctious now with the King 5 suited, defending. Oh, boy.
Well, Ryan's flop middle set, and Hunter flops bottom pair, backdoor flush draw.
Small bet coming.
325. Let's see what Hunter does here.
Yeah, let it go.
Good disciplined fold, doesn't commit any more chips.
That's the problem with defending the 10-5 suited. You know, what are you hoping to flop?
Yeah, you can flop a 10 and just check fold. You know,
right? I mean, it's heads up, four-handed. I mean, I'm sure.
That one's tough. Actually, and you know you're going to be playing super tight post flop because Andrew's the big blind next hand and he has 6 bigs. He's likely to be all in.
That's right.
In the next hand or two. So I would probably have liked to seen a fold with that 10-5 of clubs. But again, he defended with the 8-9 and then got a check raise all in through. That really helped the stack out. So.
Yeah, I think if they had deep stacks, defending with 10-5 suited is perfectly fine. But in this situation, short-handed with the stack dynamics we have here, ICM implications, I think he just gave a few chips away that he didn't need to.
Agreed. Man, Andrew just can't get anything going.
No.
3-4 in the big blind. He's going to lose 2 bigs, which is a significant portion of his stack.
Yeah, it's a third of his stack right there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
4-3 suited.
Yeah, or now he's down.
I think that was before that
Yeah,
hand.
me too. I think he has less. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, there it is. No? I thought I saw you had 800 before the hand started.
Aces, kings.
That's funny.
He wants the other 3 to get a 3 all in and the chip leader win.
Well, there's part of it.
Hunter's got half of aces and kings with ace king.
It doesn't even have to be that strong. No, it's going. Oh shit.
Andrew just can't pick up a hand bigger than a 6. Looks like.
Hunter shipping the ace king.
Big ship
Not
too.
messing around, not just opening, just piling in. Doesn't want any issues.
That was about a 20 big stuff, wasn't it? Right into the chip leader.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it with the short stack behind because you know Ryan's capable of putting you in lots of pressure spots.
Yeah, if you miss the flop, what you're going to do 2 out of 3 times. Now what do we do?
So let him call off with ace queen if he has it, you know.
And again, you got the guy on your left with either 6 or 8 big blinds. You know, it's probably if you just slam one into the chip leader and cost yourself $10,000, you'd be thinking about on the drive home.
Nah, not with ace
Look
king.
at Andrew finally picking up a hand.
Not with ace king, you don't. You just
just
wow.
what he asked for.
He asked for it and got it. Aces versus kings. He said he looked at 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I swear to check the cameras. I looked at 1. I looked at the ace of diamonds. That's it.
What kind of place are you running here?
Oh.
King right on the flop.
Oh,
Andrew
boy.
waits for his aces, gets it in versus kings.
Boy.
King right on the flop for Carlos. And he's going to fill up on the river. That's going to be it for Andrew, finishing in 4th place.
Wow.
Getting a little over $16,000 for his efforts.
What a horrific beat at
that's-
this stage of a tournament.
that's
As well as he played and as tight as he played to get himself into that spot.
Find the spot.
Found it, and deck didn't cooperate. The old 2 out.
King on the flop cost Andrew $8,000 minimum.
Yep.
Potentially could cost him another $50.
Of course, a double up there, and he's right back in business.
Had he came back and won this bad boy. As it is, we have 3 left. Ryan Dunn, our chip leader, 43% of the chips in play here.
There you go. That's what you expect to see, right? The chip leader opening a third of the pots.
Yeah, Ryan should be ahead in all categories.
Now it's going to go up even more, I'd expect.
All right, interesting. Carlos and Hunter. Interesting dynamic here. Andrew Gerard in the chat. Congratulations, sir. Well played. If you ask your supporters, they'll say we were sleeping on you.
We were not.
But we were not. Well done. Good finish. Ryan gets a walk here, first hand. Old Gamer Geek Dad says rough flop for Andrew.
I'd say.
Yeah, pretty rough flop, Gamer Geek Dad. One thing you don't want to see, the old king ball.
I kept running ace king into kings this weekend. Wasn't much fun.
No, that's not usually a lot of fun.
You're going, well, I still have about 30%. Nope, there's the rail, kid.
0%. All right, 3-handed. Carlos pocket 2s on the button. It's going to raise it up. Ace-5 of clubs for Ryan in the big blind. Let's see what he does here.
I'm expecting a 3-bet, aren't you? Ace-5 suited.
I could see Ryan flatting out. I'm interested to see what kind of approach he's going to take here, 3-handed. This looks like the aggressive approach.
Yeah, I'm looking for about a 4x 3-bet here. Out of position. Not quite that big. Not even 3x.
Makes it 675. So 400 more. Pretty small, especially out of position.
And it's going to work.
It's going to get Carlos to fold a small pocket pair. Ryan gets the best hand to fold.
Yeah, it's hard to call there with pocket deuces and not really deep enough to set mine.
Yeah, you call the 400, and then every time you don't flop a deuce, you gave it all away.
Yep.
James McDonald says, good run, T-Dog. That's right. Andrew T-Dog Gerard.
Yeah, I thought he played well.
Yep. Happy to know he made that good fold with pocket 7s when he made it straight.
Yeah.
Was able to put himself in a good spot with aces versus kings. Just fell victim to the variant side of poker, yeah. The ugly side they don't tell you about.
A nasty run out. You know, I always say, Eddie, this game wouldn't be any fun if you couldn't catch up.
That's right. This building wouldn't be packed if you couldn't catch up. Hunter opening the button, queen 5 of clubs. Ryan ace-9 in the small blind. He might 3-bet again here. Looks like it would work if he did.
And there it comes.
And he is.
Yep.
Carlos, you get a 3-bet, and now Hunter, you get a 3-bet. Don't mess with me.
Yep. Again, he's leaning on him. That extra $15,000 pay jump. Might be looming large for some of them. And it's just hard to pick up good hands 3-handed.
Yeah, Ryan taking full advantage of that.
Only six cards coming off the deck, you know?
Yeah, Hunter can open, let's say, 30–40% of hands from the button. But as far as defending 3-bets against the chip leader, he's only going to be defending 5% of hands. So there's a
lot of folds.
Large margin of foldable hands.
I wonder if Carlos returns the favor here with the king-10 suited. That's just a mountain of a hand 3-handed. And Hunter's picking up the 6s.
Okay.
We may get some action here.
I could see a 3-way flop.
I'm actually expecting a 3-bet from Carlos right here. He's just seen Ryan 3-bet twice. He looks like the kind of player to me that's
Looking to make a statement.
He's going to fight fire with fire, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think he's just going to sit there and
well,
call and try to catch up.
He's grabbing, and he does.
And that may get Hunter sixes right out of there. They shrink up a little bit when there's a open in the 3-bet in front of you.
860. Yeah, Hunter stack doesn't have really any fold equity. He's not going to be getting Carlos to fold for only $1 million more after he's got 860 in there.
Yep.
Hunter's pretty handcuffed here into just folding the pocket sixes.
Yep. Nice 3-bet by Carlos. I think it's going to get through. But we've seen Ryan fight back a couple times.
Yes, we have. We've seen him say the words, those magic words in these spots. I don't know if he thinks it would work again. I'd like to see it, though. It'd be entertaining.
Well, again, last time he had blocker, right? This time he's got a jack and a 10.
Yep. I think he had king 10 last time, so at least he's blocking a little bit of the bigger hands. Jack 10's not blocking really anything.
I was thinking about the suited ace that he 3-bet with before.
Yeah.
That was the 3-bet, not the 4-bet. You're right. That's why they pay you the big bucks, Eddie.
That's right. Co-pilot. Don't you remember that? Co-pilot.
Navigator. I'm just the navigator. Navigating past my bedtime.
Yeah, both of us. I have to Uber home. I don't like to drive in the dark. Has the 350 finished up today?
Let's see. So a lot of events today was the 1 o'clock 350 $100 bounty event. And then we had a couple new events, the OE event at 3 o'clock, 240 buy-in. And then tonight was the 7 o'clock turbo, 240 buy-in.
That's right. That's right.
So did the 350 bounty finish?
Looking that up right now.
I think when we were 10-handed, they were like 12-handed.
Yeah.
So
It goes a little
it's
faster.
probably done.
Yes, it looks like it did finish out.
Yeah, it goes faster and tend to chop over there a little bit more.
Yeah.
That was fun event, Eddie. I saw you in there. I was in there for a while. I busted, but got 3 bounties and almost played for free today.
That's nice.
That's always fun.
Nice. I wasn't so fortunate. Busted with no bounties.
Well, I actually got a little bit out of line and then ran right into aces, so guy made a nice play. Just flatted me. Flopped a draw and it went.
Got him.
Got him.
Joe Adams on Facebook says the 350 was chopped 3 ways. Carlos turning a pair of 9s here.
Ryan calling with the ace high.
Ryan calling with the ace high, thinking that there's a lot of like maybe 7 10s, 10 jacks. A lot of gut shots that Carlos would fire this turn, and
just checks it back.
Ryan has a gut shot as well.
I thought he might go for a little value there, thin value, maybe a small bet, get paid off by exactly ace high. But as we've seen, Ryan's put him in a box a couple of times, so he didn't want to reopen the betting. So I reckon that's another.
It's another reason to why you should be putting him in the box.
Exactly right.
They don't thin value bet you on the river because they're worried that you might put a raise in. Save yourself some extra money.
And by now he probably knows that it was done with the 10-5. He got the word from his rail.
Yeah, for sure.
Taking my time, man.
All right, Ryan up to 9 million in chips. Carlos with 4 million, chipping away a little bit, and Hunter $1.4 million, big blind.
Deuce 4 clubs.
Did you bring that in here?
Carlos is going to limp the jack 9. We're going to see it flop.
Yeah, we are. 4 deuce suited. You're happy to see a free flop. We'll see what happens. Nothing.
Huh?
Middle pair for Carlos. He checks it over.
Yeah, Carlos is going to check his middle pair, see if Hunter wants to bluff at it.
I think Hunter's done with his hand.
And I got court tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. You're not getting a lot of hands to fold on the Queen 8-7
Carlos.
Queen Jack 7-8.
Carlos trying to get him to take a stab, but he's just not going to do it.
Maybe a little value here on the river. See if maybe somehow he ran into a 6 or an 8.
Heat off? Yeah, when he walks by, I'm asking.
He'd already folded before he got his chips in.
Eric Steinball, welcome to the stream, buddy.
I'll say, hey man, you got 20 bucks?
We are down to 3 players. 68,000 up top. This tournament got 595 total entries.
Pretty good turnout. What was the total prize pool?
It's a great question that I don't have the answer to.
Johnny may have stepped away for a second. He'll have it for sure, but we blew through the guarantee.
Oh, just
as they always do.
Way blew through it. All right, small versus big. Hunter with the Jack 4 clubs. Gonna limp in.
Yeah, Hunter's not been afraid to get in there and mix it up a little bit.
I was going blind, so it's always
Ryan checks the big, and now it's 997. Kristen Budrick says there were $297,500 in this prize pool.
Okay.
That's massive.
Almost a 50% bump
Yep.
to the guarantee.
They guarantee 200K and nearly win 100K more. Thank you so much for that.
Hey,
Kristen Budrick, loyal Facebook follower.
K-Bud,
and
K-Bud on it.
Fiance to me.
As usual.
Oh, yeah. Very clerical.
You know, it's a good thing that you and I are going to marry up.
Oh, 100%. I saw how you did it. And was like, oh, that's how it's done.
I knew you were in sales.
Yeah. Always. Looks like Hunter's going to pile the king high from the button here. Ooh. Uh-oh. Could be bad news as Carlos wakes up with king jack.
Yeah.
Joe DeCharo, welcome to the stream, sir.
Joe D.
Joe D, another one that threw at this one.
Yep.
Fired away with us.
Actually, Joe ran really good. Had a big stack coming into day 2. And had a couple of unfortunate hands. Played really well, though. He had over 300-something thousand in the bag.
Yeah. Bagged himself a healthy one.
Yep. Dominated here. Good call by Carlos.
Yep. Carlos makes the right call with king jack.
6. Ooh.
Oh, and a 6 right on the flop. Queen, 6.
Oh, and another 6.
That's going to do it. A queen will chop it. Ace ain't going to do it.
Wow.
Hunter's going to get a big double up.
There you go. There's some of that heat from the South Carolina boys.
Third chip stack doubles through the second chip stack. Meanwhile, my 22-month-old daughter still awake at 1 o'clock in the morning watching her dad.
Listen to his soothing voice.
That's right. Surprised I haven't put her to sleep. Must be all this action.
For sure.
She loves check raises.
For sure, my wife's asleep.
Oh yeah, she was. How long you think Kelly watched?
Just until we said something nice about her. She went to bed.
We all get lucky sometimes.
Definitely less than 10 minutes. She did not stare at a screen with us two talking for more than 10 minutes.
You know, she'll usually let me talk to her about poker for about 10 minutes. That's the max.
That's
then
the
she's had
threshold.
enough.
Yeah.
She's had enough. But I just have to keep layering in there, you know, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there.
Yeah.
Before you know it, she turns into a pretty good player.
Can't wait for our next lesson. Our next 10-minute lesson.
She's turned into a pretty good player. I'm proud of her.
Oh, Kelly's very good. She's constantly showing us how it's done. Running deeper than us.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. But not really. I'm proud of her.
You live with her, so
yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy when she plays well and runs well. You know what they say? Mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
That's right. Happy wife, happy life. I learned that one.
We just celebrated our 29th anniversary. So I guess we figured it out.
Yep, you guys are definitely doing it right. Raised some beautiful, successful daughters.
Yeah, it's all my wife.
I know.
Here we go.
I know.
Here we go. Hunter, pocket nines in the big blind. After Carlos just limps it.
Okay, Hunter up to 2.5, 2.6 million now.
Yeah, they're evened up to stacks.
Carlos opens that small blind. This might just be a
He did.
Jambo. Is he going to just put it all in here?
I don't know. Well, that's still way of 20 big blinds, right? Yeah, I don't mind it.
Looks like he's just going to raise.
Yeah, a little 3-bet, which
raise to 880, and Carlos folds the Jack 4 quickly.
You know, he puts about a third of his stack in there, right? With the 800. That's difficult because if you get jammed on, are you going to fold it?
I don't think you can fold it, but the problem is what if Carlos has a hand like 10 Jack suited, King Queen suited, like he's going to, for 600 more, he's going to see a flop. And then now you got nines and a third of your chips in the middle.
Yeah, I think I like the
jam. Yeah,
I like the jam with
make
20.
Make them call off with eights, maybe ace 10 and such.
But the 3-bet worked, and he stacked the chips.
Yeah, worked all the same.
Yep.
Carlos
go.
jams button here.
There he goes, the ace 10 suited. There you go. Stick it in. You want to call it off?
Chips right back.
Yep.
Rory McCoy, thanks for joining the stream, buddy. Saw Rory was playing in this event as well as the 350.
Did you go down to Tampa?
Another one of us that just decided to add some money to the prize pool.
Yeah, somebody has to.
Yeah, that's not too far from here.
3 left. Everyone guaranteed a little over 25,000 at this point, but everyone wants that first place of 68,000. Ryan up nearly 9 million. Hunter, Carlos with about 3 million each, respectively.
He's got them out chipped, what, 3-1, both of them? Got 60% of the chips, almost. It's a good spot to be.
It's a good spot to be in, that's for sure. Jack 6 is going to take the initiative and raise here.
Yeah, 260.
Yeah.
Big size.
Carlos with 4 high.
Sorry, small size.
Can't defend. Ryan continues to lean on his shorter stacked opponents. Ryan came in as a chip leader. I don't think he ever lost it.
Not while I've been watching. He actually lets one go on the button for a change.
Yeah.
The old 3 deuce offsuit.
It took the 3 high to get him to do so.
A little surprised he didn't squeeze one in there.
Hunter gets a walk. We saw Carlos open the Jack 4 last time and get a 3-bet. Now he folds the Jack 6.
Yeah, thought better of it.
Learning on the fly.
Carlos ace king on the button.
Yeah.
Let's see the size.
See if Ryan can wake up with something here in the big blind.
3 1/4.
That's what it looks like to me. Blinds are 120,000. He makes it 325. Ooh.
I'm expecting a 3-bet here.
Yeah, this could be a jambo. Let's see if Ryan can.
I think he's going to 3-bet it, but not jam it. I think he's going to put in about 800.
He puts him in.
He
And
did.
Carlos certainly not going to be folding.
Uh-oh, one misstep.
2 million, 7's all in.
Ryan's going to need a 9 to knock out Carlos. Carlos looking to go up to over 5 million now.
Yeah, it's a big spot. Totally changed the dynamics.
That's right.
We're in bad shape.
Ryan's elbow is in the way. I think we have, oh.
Yeah, the king. That's
King high flop, that's going to do
That'll
it.
do
Ace
it.
King's going to take this one down.
And I think that, that's a good example of why the smaller 3-bet can do the job. And if he has a hand and he stuffs it on you, you can still get away from it.
Yeah, especially when you have ace-9 off. And he does 4-bet, get it in, willing to get it in. His hand is, or his
You're
range,
crushed.
his range is huge with bigger aces.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's easy for us to say we can see the cards, but
yeah, I mean, ace-9 off, 3-handed, it's a monster hand.
yeah.
But again, it's a little risky with the huge edge he has right now. Just taking all these pots.
Right, I agree.
Now that edge is gone.
That's right.
Now him and Carlos are close. 6.2 for Ryan, 5.5 for Carlos. Hunter now the clear short stack with 3 million. Still over 20 bigs. That's a big hand. Changed the dynamics of this tournament.
Yep, we got some poker to play now.
See how Ryan deals with a little controversy.
He does still
haven't
have
seen him lose too many pots.
Nope, he still does have the chip lead, so that helps. And that might be why he decided to stuff it the way he did. Put the max pressure on, knowing if he lost the pot, he still has the chip lead.
Right, yeah.
And just keep leaning on him. You know, if Carlos is sitting there with ace-10 or ace-jack, he may have just laid it down. You just never know.
Yeah, you're right. Wow. Wow, Ryan limps the small blind, and Carlos just jams all 5.5 million in the middle.
All right, so blind's got 80, 160.
King, jack of diamonds.
You know, this is such a momentum game.
Interesting play there. That could be catastrophic.
All right, guys, blinds are up, 80, 160.
Here we go.
Mario Harper on Facebook says, now we're playing poker, boys. I think you're right, Mario. Ryan's going to play some poker here with ace-jack offsuit from the button.
350, like that size. About a 2.2.
Ooh, we've seen Hunter defend the 8-9 offsuit from the big blind in this exact spot.
To that sizing, I expect him to do it again.
Yeah, especially with even more big blinds than he had last time.
Yep, I'm perfectly fine with both plays so far.
Ace, ace, deuce. Ryan flops trip A's.
Yeah, definitely going to check back here.
This one goes check, check quickly. 3 of diamonds on the turn.
Uh-oh, Hunter's reaching.
Hunter likes to stab at these when it goes check, check on the flop.
I doubt he's got that many aces in his calling range. I figured he's going to 3-bet a lot of his aces. Big blind versus button. He really doesn't have that many.
Yeah, he's not really repping anything too much here.
No, I think it's going to be a flat call, don't you? No?
Yeah, he's hoping that
he actually has an ace.
Yeah.
Right.
So he can get jammed on. Mario Harper says, that's why you don't chop. That's right. They were willing to talk chop earlier. Ryan says, no, no, no. Next thing you know, guy's coming after your chip lead.
Uh-oh. Now they're talking about deals.
Uh-oh.
That happens sometimes.
Ryan's like, maybe I'll consider some things.
Yeah. Now that we're closer to even in chips, at the next break, he said. It's we've seen that more than once. Somebody has a big chip lead, doesn't want to chop, and all of a sudden it disappears, and now maybe we'll talk about it.
Yep. Maybe, you know what, maybe I will think about that. How much are you going to give me?
Right. Here's Hunter small blind versus big blind. I think that's a raise. No, just calling. Limping in with a 10-7 suited. Here comes a raise, I expect.
Yeah, got to throw some more chips in here with this. 300 more, maybe. $360 more.
Yeah, I think I heard 480. Yeah,
325 more. Yeah. 325. Hunter might come along here with a 10-7 suited. He was wanting to see a flop.
Yeah, I think that's just a little bit too much of a stack.
Yeah, a little
2.1.
two-gapper. Maybe 10-8 suited.
Oh, look at him go.
Limp raise all in from the small blind. Let's see if Ryan sniffs this one out. He's already got 500K in there, right?
485.
He's got 485 in there, so it's going to be 1 point. Yeah, he can't fold.
Yeah, 1-8 to call.
Bad shove by Hunter here. Let's see if he can. Nope. 10-9-6 flops a gut shot. It's going to need an 8. It's over quickly.
There you go.
Ryan's king is going to knock Hunter out in 3rd place.
Nice call by Ryan.
Yeah, good call. Hunter getting a little impatient, I think. There, played really well. Limps the small blind. Ryan raises, and Hunter decides to see all 5 with 10-7 of diamonds.
All right, guys, we're actually going to be resetting for heads-up play. We're going to come back here in the next 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. So we'll take a small break, guys.
The seasons come and go like thoughts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea, into the blue. They change but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each painful but delightful to live through. You came into my life, just a good mother season. Not for them, just a time, just a good mother season. You came into my life, just like another season. Not for them, just a time, just like another season. The seasons turn and change just like your mind. Like the sun gives into the moon, into the night. Time continues marching, it slowly crawls. With each new one starting, I recall. You came into my life, just a good mother season. Not for long, just a time, just a good mother season. You came into my life, just another season. Not for long, just a time, just another season.
The two best players, or the players that have played the best at this final table, made it to heads up. I'd say Ryan, without a doubt, has played very well to get here. Chip lead the whole way. Has to chip lead heads up here. And Carlos really out the gate with his two quick three bets early. Let us know that he was here to win, not looking to ladder up, not looking to just jump up the ladder. He's playing for first, and we've seen that in his play. Right now, he finds himself heads up with Ryan Dunn. Ryan with about 9 million. Carlos with a little over 5. Playing for 68,000.
We've got some poker to play here, and we said that early. We'll see who's here to win and who's trying to ladder up, and you can tell right off the bat that Carlos was not afraid.
Absolutely. And you see that fearlessness is rewarded. As many times in poker, you hear that. Aggression
and also the biggest thing is Ryan is just having a lot of fun playing. He's enjoying himself. He's comfortable.
Well, I tell you what, when you don't lose hands and you play poker, you have fun. Like when you just keep winning hands, it's fun.
Listen, he's played well. He's run a couple of bluffs, very timely bluffs, and got them through. His good hands held and his bad hands caught up.
Yeah,
that's when poker's fun.
Everything's went right here. Maybe a hiccup or two, but really he got it back. Paid off Carlos with the ace-9, but a couple hands later was able to bust Hunter. Now this should be an exciting heads-up. I don't think both these guys they're not looking to play a long, drawn-out super marathon heads-up session. These guys are aggressive. There will be 3 bets. There will be 4 bets. And I'm excited to see what comes.
Carlos has what, almost, he has over 40 big blinds? Right? We're still at
not 40. He'd need over 6 million for that.
Where are we at?
It's got in between 30 and 40. I think we're at.
We're at
160.
8160, right? Sorry.
All right, again, guys, we are heads up at our best bet summer warm-up final table. 570 buy-in, 200K guaranteed prize pool. Got it up to 297K.
But still, these guys are deep enough to play some poker heads up, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
He's got almost 40 big blinds.
Yeah, what I'm saying by that is just I don't think there's going to be limping the button and checking, like playing small ball, but you will see. I think there's going to be opens and 3 bets. Both of these guys, I would assume, are going to be implementing an aggressive heads-up strategy. And when both players are doing that, usually leads to some fireworks.
Yep. You know, a lot of players that play full ring don't have a lot of heads-up experience either. So we're not sure how much experience these guys have heads up.
Absolutely. And we know Ryan has some wins under his belt, so he must have played heads up and done well in the past. Carlos, we're not sure about. Although by watching us play, I'd say that he has some experience. He's played well.
Yeah.
Played well 9-handed. He played well all the way down, short-handed all the way down to now it heads up. So.
All right, Carlos flops top pair, checks it over to Ryan. Ryan stabs a bottom pair. Carlos probably going to call here. Yeah, a little pot control. Spades changes nothing. I'm expecting to see a little check.
Yeah, 9 of spades goes check.
5. Doesn't do much.
Both players with showdown value
Check,
here.
check.
Carlos is going to take it down with the 6.
6 is going to be good.
Ryan chooses not to continue on the 9 of spades. A lot of draws have made top pair now. Open-ended. 9-7 gut shot makes top pair.
Hey, are you using that table?
Rather check back his bottom pair. Plays it well, loses the minimum after firing that flop. Carlos flops top pair and doesn't get any more out of it.
Do you
I
want a
think
table?
that's the standard line, to play a little passively with the middle of your range and play a little more aggressively with the top and the bottom.
Yeah, he can't. I mean, he can't be check raise that flop or even lead the turn. Maybe he can argue for some thin value on the river, but when it comes a 5, Ryan could easily have a 5. So
yeah,
I understand the line as well.
Yeah. Here we go. Both of them picking up aces heads up. This might lead to something.
So Carlos is
just
limping the button.
With an ace. He's deciding how much to raise right now.
3 raises to 510,000.
There's your answer.
350K more.
That's what, about a 3.5x?
Yeah, Carlos limped in for 160. Now it's 350 more to call. He'd be in position, ace-3 offsuit. Guns 333 on Twitch says flat. Might just lay this one down. Yeah, I'm just going to find a fold here.
Yeah, I think that's a strong fold by Carlos. You're really ahead of nothing. Your ace is good. It's just barely good.
Yeah, and with Ryan takes the lead, it's just, again, so hard. You have to connect the flop to continue, and even when you connect that flop, how often do you feel you're good?
Right.
Good fold by Carlos. Actually loses the minimum as he doesn't open the button with an ace. Is able to limp fold correctly.
Yeah, that's a lot of people are going to see that, at least see that flop with the ace. It's just hard to put the guy on another ace when there's 4 cards coming off the deck. But
agreed.
It sure happened that time. Here it is again, a dominated situation. Queen 7 and 8-7.
Yeah, Ryan with the better position here on the button.
Yeah, being a little more aggressive on the button, raising it up. I expect Carlos to call here. No, we let it go. Wow.
Yeah, Queen 7's a little.
Queen 7.
It's just probably right on the border of what he's going to be defending that with. Queen 8 gets a call, of course. Jack 7 probably gets a call. Queen 7 right on the cusp of being folded.
I think you got to call pretty wide in that spot in the big blind.
Yeah, I think you have to call with Queen 7. If we're folding Queen 7, we're just folding too many hands to his open raises.
That's right. He can literally raise any 2 cards and be profitable in that spot. But then again, like we said, we don't know how much experience these guys have heads up. I mean, we know Ryan has some because of his wins. We don't really know that much about Carlos.
Right.
So we'll see here in a minute.
Paul Lindenfield on Facebook says the best 2 are heads up based on what I've seen on the stream. Yeah, both these guys have played great tonight. Definitely, they've played great to get here. There's no doubting that. This wasn't brought here by luck. These guys played well, earned it.
You know, really, I think everybody played pretty well tonight. We haven't seen too many guys get out of line.
That's a good point. It really wasn't anything egregious. You know, when you're dissecting 15 big blind shoves.
Yeah.
You know, these. I mean.
That's just a matter of taste.
Yeah, exactly. The spots that we've seen were so borderline. There really just wasn't any egregious plays.
Carlos just stuffed it with the ace-king. Put his whole stack in there.
Just going for it. Hoping.
Not sure what he wanted to call him.
Dude Bro 6 on Twitch says Ryan is a beast heads up. We've battled a lot. I can see that. I could see that. I'm sure Ryan has some kind of background in online too. I know he's been playing live for so long.
Here we go. There's 2 big hands heads up.
Ace 7 of clubs, king queen offsuit for Ryan.
7 raises to 380,000.
Carlos opens the button. Ace 7 suited.
380.
Okay, king queen off. What's Ryan going to do?
For sure, he's going to 3-bet.
Remington says Hunter's shove of 10-7 was a little egregious. Agreed. That was the most ambitious play of the night.
60,000.
Did he snap? He snapped. Ryan made it 960, and Carlos snap goes all in for $6 million.
Oh boy.
$6 million.
Here we go.
Wow, Ryan's
King,
going to make
queen.
the call. Ace 7 of clubs versus King Queen. Monster pot, $68,000 up for grabs here. And that trophy you see.
Man,
Ace
there's
high
the-
flop. King on the turn. Ryan need a king or queen to win. King on the river.
That's how you win tournaments.
King on the river. Ryan's king queen comes from behind. Makes trips. Is going to knock out Carlos in second place. Great job, Carlos. Really well played. Very deserving.
Yeah, hats off to all the players. I think
Carlos
Ryan-
gets second place. How much is Carlos taking home for second?
Second place was 41,000.
41,000 for Carlos.
68 for Ryan.
68K.
Well deserved. He played very well and ran good.
Yeah, put on a clinic. Had the chip lead the whole way and won it. Never lost a chip lead.
And
Never a doubt.
and
68,000 in his pocket.
and the running Kings doesn't hurt.
Coming from behind, going running trips does not hurt.
All right, again, guys, thank you for joining us here at Best Bet Live, Facebook, and Twitch. I want to thank our commentators for tonight, Eddie Marskoski and Kelly Slay. I want to thank again for joining us. Again, congratulations to Ryan Dunn, taking down $68,443 and the Best Bet Summer Warm-Up main event.
Absolutely. Kelly, thanks for joining me here in the
All right,
booth.
Eddie, I enjoyed it. I hope to do it again sometime.
As always, to the viewers out there, keep repping the nuts.
Love that.